hello, aloha! Welcome to Natural Havukie. We are a group of friends, Twitch streamers, and seasoned Dungeons and Dragons players, explorers, adventurers. Some of us are under the sea at the moment, but yeah, we play 5e D&D every single Friday, so yeah, you're here. It's Friday. We have a load of added homebrew rules, and Tim literally asked me, he was like, "Are you ready today?" I was like, "Sure." I don't really know, but yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, we have a load of homebrew rules thrown in, and most of us are very experienced with the Donjons and Dragondes mechanics. So yeah, let us go around the room, and yeah. Tell us who you'll be playing today and who you are. Tech Wizard, take it away.
Hello, I can say now I am truly Tech Wizard Tim because I claimed the title this week by fixing Lance PC. But I'm Tim and I'll be playing Arcturus, the Big Blue Vidalcan Warlock, and I'm pretty excited to see what happens in a certain aftermath. So let's go today.
Woo woo! And below Arcturus, the Big Blue Vidalcan, someone underneath the ocean swimming with the fishes right now, I think. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. The Eagle Outlaw!
Hey, I'm Eagle Play.
Just so you know,
Phantom Rogue.
Just so you know, Eagle,
Yeah.
when you shout too loud, your mic
Ah.
cuts you out.
Yeah, hey
So-
guys, I play Andros, the Phantom Rogue. I do sneaky stuff. Also, make sure you go follow the Natural Havoc social media accounts, the Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube. You can watch all our previous sessions of one shots, and the Discord. You can talk to us all privately. You can DM me, and we can flirt together.
Everything minus the last part. And below Eagle, we have Smitty Jane. Take it away.
Hello, I'm back. I play Maeve, a half-elf druid barbarian who is currently at the bottom of the sea. I am excited. I missed last week, but I saw that Onion did an amazing job at playing Maeve, so I am excited to get back into it and see where today takes us? Question mark.
I'm not sure I'd say an amazing job, but I feel like I did an adequate job of you being a big snack.
You're the Ryan
But
Reynolds. of Natural Havoc, Onion.
considering how her sheet looks, you did pretty good.
Oh no, I think Maeve, Shion, and Arcturus were probably the three that seemed okay in that last fight. Everyone else was kind of like single digits. So I think.
Oh no,
they did...
I mean
Oh,
how
spell
big
slot.
how much is on her sheet? Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah, I tried to save her quite a bit, but yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. And to the other side of the screen, we have the wonderful Rez. Take it away.
Hi, my name's Rez and I play Grin. I'm also doing squatters' rights and I'm officially moving into Natural Havoc just by force. The longer I stay here as a guest, eventually they'll have to take me on. And yeah, I'm Grint the Goblin Fighter and I have a really cool axe.
Called
Gifter.
Gifter. The gift that just keeps
The
on
gift.
giving. Yep. You got knew where I was going with that one. And above Revs, we have Seb. Seb, take it away.
I'm Agent Zeb. I will be playing Erhard. What a surprise. The wild magic sorcerer. And that's all the introduction he needs, really.
And welcome back.
Yeah, I'm here again, and Erhard lives, apparently.
He does,
Barely.
on 2 hit points, but he does live. Yeah, he's good. And above Zeb, we normally have Lan, the resident Diva Warlock, who plays Shion. Wait, no, Shion. No, Lan plays Shion, who is the resident Diva Warlock. Either, I'm sure it works. But yes, Lan will be joining us a little bit later, like half an hour-ish. And then, yeah, she should be good. But yes, and I am Onion. I am the DM, the narrator. I am the birds, the trees, the NPCs, the houses, bricks, roofs, the clouds, if they want to talk to them, whatever they want to do. I'm that person. I'm also, I don't know if I said it already, I'm the referee. So, like, in a combat scenario, I make sure the rules go either way, and I play the bad guys, which is always fun when I'm trying to kill Andros. But yes, that is enough of me jibber-jabbering away about that. Let us not waste any time whatsoever. let's jump into last week's recap. So, our session began with the party diving off of the ship to rescue Grint, who had been dragging himself along the back of the gigantic sea serpent as it descended into the depths below. Following him took quite a while, and the party struggled with the darkness and the various kelp forests that they found. In the meantime, Grint had released himself from the serpent as it started to go into a cave with glowing bioluminescent mushrooms. Grint thought, however, that the mushrooms were part of the source of the serpent's corruption, so began cutting them down, making sure that not one lasted. But doing so did cut off quite a few points of light source within the cavern, which was almost pitch black. When the party finally arrived, they had all discussed for a short while before Andros went invisible and decided to venture into the cavern. He saw a very, very deep cave, and as he got about halfway through, he saw a crack in the ground beneath him and a red, glowing flower with various vein-like roots coming from below. He then suspected that this was actually the source of corruption, and he went to warn the rest. But not long after, with the brains of Andros and the rest of the group dragging Grint into the light, the sea serpent spotted them. And thus, a gigantic fight almost to the death broke out between the party, with many of the party going very low in battle, with the sea serpent breathing this horrendous, hazardous, frozen breath towards them, with its two children that had been fully corrupted from the corruption below, attacking them with these needle-like teeth. Shion and Arcturus decided to take on the source of the corruption, as the pair of them swam down into the crevice to tackle this flower, which was able to control the vine-like roots to try and grasp them, and a weird red pulse of energy washed over them all during the combat. However, the party succeeded, with Andros getting the final killing blow, releasing an arrow into the creature's neck, killing it. But as he did, the blood of the creature rose up through the waters, spiraled around, and flew straight into the brooch that sits upon Andros's chest. As this all happened, and the various other creatures were finished off by Grint, the waters grow still. As Quailash goes to the aid of the anchor, and the rest of you float there for a moment, just grabbing a moment's respite before whatever else is about to happen. So, adventurers, as you are all floating in the murky waters in this cavern, what are you guys up to?
Well, I can quite easily take first. So everything's stopped, right? We're still.
There's just a moment of respite as you all seem to be able to get this moment to just take a small breather. You can, Grint, because you have that dark vision. You see off to your right, Andros clutching his chest, just breathing heavily. You see Maeve off to the your left-hand side, also looking around to make sure that the fight is over. You see off just at the edge of your peripherals, you see Erhard just breathing. You can see him struggling to... He looks like he's struggling to keep balance in the water, and you can just about see deep down into the cavern and the crack, the red glow fading.
Grint will run over to the sea serpent.
You swim on over?
Swim on over, yeah.
Yeah,
and,
so you start making your way over there.
Come on, you can make it through this. Come on! And I'm gonna try and stabilize it.
Stabilize the sea serpent?
Rez knows it's dead, but
yeah,
Grint's gonna try.
Okay, sure. So you head on over towards it. Make me a medicine check, please.
Okay. Come on, character sheet, you can do it. Medicine.
Okay. You hover in front of the agape mouth of this gigantic sea serpent. And you freeze. Floating in front of this ginormous beast which now lies dormant. Your mind goes blank. You're trying to think of ways. How would you stop the blood from flowing from this creature? How would you aid it? And you float there for a second, just trying to think of a reason why and how. While this is happening, what is everyone else doing?
Erhard just shouts, is everyone alright? Is it over?
Think so?
Yeah, Maeve, out of everyone here, you're the only one that can actually see. You do see the sea serpent off in the distance, slouch down. And I would actually say, for the ones that can't see in the dark, one of the mushrooms is quite near it. And you can, like, it's glowing, and you can just see the body, but you can't see, like, its face. You just see part of its body, like, in the light, just laying still.
It looks dead. I'll go over. And I'll swim over
start
to,
swimming on over
to Grint.
Yeah.
Can I see them there?
Yeah, so you can see the bioluminescent mushroom just pulsing. And every time it flares up, you then see, like, Maeve's form and Grint's form nearer the body of the creature. But you can't, where you are, the head is, like, in the darkness, so you can't see its head, per se. But you can make out their shapes as they go in front of the light, so, like, the light's between you and it, and you just see their figures, like, float by.
I think I would start swimming towards them. Just because I got hit hard.
Yeah.
That hurt.
And as
Everything hurt.
as you start swimming over, like, holding your chest, like, just trying to maintain consciousness at this point, you float on over as well. We're going to go to Arcturus next, who is with Shion. And as the pair of you look down, and you just see this blue flame kindling at the bottom from your bonfire, a few seconds pass, and the flames go out, and light starts to dim. However, now that you look, the pulsing has come to an almost diminished state. But you can see where the flower head and the stem is. It has snapped off of the base and is just floating in the water.
And it's still...
With a very slight glow.
I'm swimming towards it.
You're gonna go towards it?
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
How sort of close are we getting here?
Close enough that I at least can see what's going on. And I can assess if it's dangerous to touch it, and
Sure, so you get within like 5 or so feet of it. Enough that you can just reach out and grab it if need be, but without touching it. What do you want to make a check? Do you want to make like an Arcana check, or what would you like to do? You
Actually,
tell
I
me.
would do. I would do. Let me. Yeah. At first, I want to know if it has an arcane nature, so I will run an Arcana check.
Oh, go for it. And you get to add a D4 to that?
No, not for Arcana.
No,
Only
okay,
for
that's not a problem.
investigation.
Absolutely fine. So as you start to look at the arcanic waves coming from this, immediately what resonates with you is an intense amount of necrotic energy, which isn't to your surprise. Knowing what this thing was capable of, you can see that this flower appears to be magical in nature, imbued with necrotic power. With a 24, I will say, from the power that you felt from it before, when it pulsed, it's a weakened state. But its magical energy that it is exuberating is entirely necrotic.
Okay. Then I want to run an investigation check on it, just to see if it's dangerous to touch.
Sure. So you take that closer look.
An 18 and the one is 19.
19. Yeah, so as you take this closer look, you can see that the petals themselves go almost to like a teardrop sort of shape as the petal, and it looks incredibly sharp. And what you can see now is where the tips are, they are like blackened, like, or similar to like the necrotic that you've seen before, and they have these blackened tips on these like bright red petals which seem to glow ever so slightly. When looking upon it, you see the stem is made purely of like a blackened root, like a blackened stem with small little thorns coming off of it, kind of like what you would imagine like a rose to look like a freshly plucked rose. And in the center seems to be the source of this pulsing, which is pulsing through the petals themselves. With a 19, you're not sure if touching it will trigger anything, but it still has a very, very slight pulse.
I will rip a part of my my shirt, and I will use that to gently cover it to take it with me, because I think a person like Maeve is like pretty interested in it. I want to show it to her.
So you tear a bit of the sleeve off, and as you do, you wrap it around and then enable yourself to carry it without touching it exactly. And while this is happening, Shion is just kind of like beside you, just watching to see what happens in case something goes on, you know. But yeah, the pair of you then, do you both ascend back to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I think we both ascend.
Yeah, not a problem. So while this is all happening, we'll go to Andros. As Andros, the last thing you remember hearing as the beasts were slain was the voice of Takatha. You heard her say, "Good." And for a moment, you get this chill fill your entire body. What do you do?
Well, I'm not really in a position to try to think more into this. I hear Erhard probably hollering out. I think I'd probably see Maeve and Grin in the light near the creature. I'm gonna start making my way over there. I'm gonna start just kind of swimming towards Grint and Maeve, and try to see if I can be any help to them in what they're trying to do, I guess.
Yeah, so you you swim on over to it, and as you stand there, and all four of you now stood here, as Arcturus and Shion just breach over the edge and start making their way to you as well, you just see the mouth open of this gigantic sea serpent as it just lays dormant and still. You see bits of frost built up in its throat as if it was preparing for another one of those attacks, and then through that frost you can see a small puncture mark where the arrow went through the ice and out the back of the throat. Looking here, as you all look at this amazing creature, which was clearly stricken with some sort of madness, corruption, or disease, Andros, in the back of your mind, there is a sense of joy looking upon this creature.
Okay.
Natural there? Yeah, what do you do?
What did you do to it?
Huh? What do you mean?
When you slayed it,
Yeah?
something shot out of it. Some red energy.
Blood. You know, creatures bleed when they die.
What magic did you use? It went
Magic?
towards you like a magnet.
Listen, I'm not magic, okay? You know this. I can do two things. Three technically. I can, go invisible, as you've seen. I can change my appearance, which you've seen, and I can speak to the dead. And that's all just once a day type of thing. I have nothing that can absorb energy from creatures.
So,
Andros, I saw that too.
What do you mean?
Prince saying.
insight
Blood
check.
doesn't travel like that in water.
Yeah, make me an insight check. And Andros,
Can I also?
click. Yeah, by all means. If you click GM roll at the top, you can choose whichever check you like, which is obviously, deception or persuasion or
Send it to you?
yeah, send it directly to me.
Yeah, go ahead, Andros. Make that roll. That's gonna go real well for you.
Okay, yeah.
As the two of you look at him, you get the feeling that he might not know exactly what happened, but he knows something happened. And you both see through him as he's trying to keep this sort of like level.
Rin walks right up to him. Swims right up to him. And actually, yeah, uses the fact that they're swimming to be able to be eye level with him. This conversation isn't over. It's dead. There's nothing that we can do except claim our bounty. And doesn't do it swiftly, so, if anyone does feel like cutting in, they can. Raises Gifter above his head. And I'm going to attempt basically to dislodge the head from the body.
Before, because he gave us time. I'm like, whoa. I can speak to it. Maybe we get some information from it before we just hack away. I mean, if it speaks, common or Loxodon, we can, it could have information for us.
Just
Do
as a
we
side
all-
note question, how big is that head?
It's a big head. It is definitely larger than the anchor. It is larger than the anchor and Andros combined. It is a big head. The creature's mouth, fully opened, could probably fit a good 4 or 5 of you in there. It's a massive, gargantuan creature's head.
Oh, we'll comment on that when we get to it.
When you speak to this creature, Andros, can we hear what it says?
No, only I can actually know what this is. I can relay everything. I can repeat. But at least it could tell us maybe, I don't know, a final few words or something. I don't know, maybe it knows something we didn't know.
I trust me, I believe that if it knows something that we don't know, and I gesture to everyone except Andros, then I don't believe we would learn anything new. Unless you have something you want to share with the group.
I'll show the brooch. Like I'll pull down like whatever I'm wearing, like I'll show it. I'll show it off.
And it's at this moment, Andros, and
Yeah.
I would definitely say Arcturus, because you took very close attention to it previously. Its colors are different to the last time you saw it. The white has turned into a dark purple, almost black, and the bright red has gone to more of a maroon.
That's not the same.
Are they just saying? Are we in light, or
Yeah, I would. I
You
can
guys
look
were
it up.
by one of the
Cool.
mushrooms. Yes, you
Yeah,
would see it.
cool.
Yeah.
I was just like, can I see grayscale?
Can you take that off, Andros?
No.
Remember that argument at the council?
Yeah, there was an argument
So why did you put it back on?
because I wasn't letting anyone else have the item.
That
You
wasn't the
seem
point of
pretty
taking it
attached
off.
to it.
I'm not attached to the item. I'm just. She listen.
take it off.
She knows things I don't, and I am wanting to learn things. I mean, you know, she. When we know of her history, she used to be a very powerful healer. I mean, there's a lot we can learn from her. I guess. I don't know.
Well, I do know a lot about magic. This changes color. It should be healing something. Did I overhear correctly from Maeve and Grin that something flew towards you or it?
I don't know. I've told y'all the conversation me and her had a while back ago, right? When she wants me, apparently when I kill things or if I kill them in a manner, she takes something from it. And she's been telling me the what I kill, she will return. I don't know what's been returned. I mean, she hasn't told me anything other than good and minor things here and there. But I guess whatever happened with the serpent, she somehow took something from it.
So essentially, you're saying you're feeding a powerful magical being you don't understand with blood.
How is this brooch attached to Ondros?
You can just see it attached to like his pectoral area. You don't know exactly how it is, but it is like tightly pressed onto his tunic.
What's his tunic made out of, roughly, like from what I can see?
I believe you have like a leather tunic, which he's like put it onto.
Maeve,
Yeah.
that form-changing thing you can do,
Mm-hmm.
can you do it again today?
Yeah, I can do it again.
I think that snake could be quite useful right now.
As soon as he says that, I pull out my rapier, and I will put my clothes back on over it, and I'll hold out my rapier to.
You pull out the rapier and you draw it and pull it forward, and your hand is now visible. All of you notice that Ondros' hand, from fingertips to halfway up his arm, is completely black. And you see marks going up the arm of just this dark, black, whatever it is. And you just see it. And Ondros, this is the first time you see it too.
Can we do like an investigation check?
I
or-
grab his wrist and just pull it towards me. I ignore the rapier. And I do a medicine check, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you could do the same. Hard as you like, sneak on in, have a little look-see.
We have a 25
Well, I
on
did an
investigation.
Arcana.
You as well, okay. Ahad,
Mhm.
as you look at it, there is a pulse of magic. Maybe your wounds and the exhaustion that you've undergone in this coming half an hour to an hour starts to kick in. You just can't seem to focus. And then that's as Maeve pulls the arm more into the light as Arcturus and Maeve look at the hand. Maeve, there is something very wrong here. This doesn't look like any normal affliction. This doesn't look like a disease or an illness. This isn't like a birthmark or anything like this. This is beyond that. This is... could be some form of corruption. You're unsure. Whereas Arcturus, as you look at it closer with a 25, this is necrotic energy. This here is some sort of reaction which you would dictate from all the things that you've just heard, the blood going into the scarab changing color, has changed something in Andros. And yeah, you're all there, and there's a slight blue glow to it all because there's these bioluminescent lights which are lighting up, so that it gives this like sort of weird bluish glow. But yeah, you're just looking at it, and it goes, the darkness goes a little bit above the wrist to like here, sort of like this sort of thing, and then there are like streak marks that go towards the elbow, but not all the way to the elbow.
Andros, how stupid are you feeling right now?
Stupid? Me being stupid? Whoa!
You mean more than usual?
We're taking a orb, a fiery orb, a magical orb that we know nothing about, to some king demon thing, whatever.
You misunderstand my question. How idiotic do you feel your next action is going to be?
I'm not letting you take this thing.
I'll attack. I'm going to hold back so it's just a knockout, but I
Okay.
am going to attack.
Uh,
Am I still hasted?
Yes.
for this round, I will say yes, but then after that, it's going to cut off.
Cool.
So, what are you attacking with?
I'm going to attack with the hilt of Gifter. So
Okay.
I'm basically going to try and slam it into his temple and knock him out, kind of thing.
Yeah, make me an attack roll, please, with Gifter then. As it's no advantage or anything, as Andros has already drawn his blade. He was almost ready for it seems.
Yeah.
He was ready for something to kick off.
An 18.
I've somehow closed the chat box and now can't get it back open. Oh no!
And
Wait,
I'm
let
going
me-
to use the silence effect as well,
Okay.
because
18.
I don't know what's going on here. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
uncanny dodge, whatever.
Yes, but an 18 hits, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you just go bop straight towards like the head to try and knock him out, what's the damage there? It's 12.
Uncanny dodge.
12.
Yeah, so halved goes down to 6. What's your hit points?
9, so I'm good. I'm still up.
Yeah, so yeah, you hit him the once, and he kind of recalls.
I will then cunning action away 30 feet, and I'll just start leaving. Like I'll get the fuck out of there.
Does he get to when my attack is within one? Because I do 2 attacks for 1 action.
Yeah, I would say he would get the second swing in, just because technically he's hasted, so he'd be moving quicker than you would, Andros, at this point. But you get to use your reaction to take that half damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to make your second attack, Grunt,
18 again.
which is an 18, which will hit.
Yep. Oh, he also needs to make his DC 15 check for silence.
So that is a wisdom save?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's a fail. That's alright. You put it to me, but it's a 9, so unfortunately
yeah,
he fails
yeah.
that.
My bad.
And then your damage for the second hit?
Uh,
An 8, which Andros then falls unconscious. And you did it non-lethally, not wanting to make him bloody. But the second hit comes in, and as you hit into him, and Andros just floats backwards for a second, as your body seizes up next to him, as the haste ends. And now you're locked for a second. And the rest of you just see this real fast, hasted Grint smash into him twice, and then they both just seize up in front of you.
As soon as Andros starts floating down, Maeve will jump in between and be like, just like grab Grin and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And wait 6 seconds.
Yeah, and then 6 seconds pass, and Grint, yeah, you come to.
get the brooch off him.
Are you trying to kill him?
If I was trying
No,
to kill him, I'd use the sharp end.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to save him from the brooch, because it's clearly affecting him.
Well, no, I get it. He's gonna turn up being just like the serpent, but I didn't realize we had to knock each other out for it.
I asked him how stupid he was going to be, and he said he wasn't giving it to us.
Okay, take it off. But this is gonna this is gonna be real fun later.
And so you go to take the brooch off? Is that what you're doing, Maeve?
Me? Am I taking it? Oh, sure, I'll take it off.
That's what I was asking. Are you doing it? Are you going
I thought Grint was doing it, but I'll take it off.
If basically whoever it's implied, like Grint will do it if Maeve is kind of being like, you take it off then yeah, Grint will take it off. Grint goes.
Yeah.
So Grint, as you go over towards Andros's body and pull him closer so that you can see where the brooch is on the peck that you saw, it's not there.
Arcturus, Erhard,
Uh-huh.
there's nothing here. Can you see it with magic or something? Am I missing something?
Would we be able to?
What do you
check
want
it
to do? You tell me.
somehow? Would insight apply? Like
Yeah, we want
that
to locate the
thing
thingy.
somehow moved on his body?
You tell me what skill check you want to use, and we'll go with that.
I'll roll with another investigation.
Sure.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
Well, at least it's an 11.
An 11, yep.
I think I would try and search for it with an Arcana again.
Sure. You want to see if you can find the source of some sort of necrotic?
26.
That'll do. Yeah. You start to sense out the necrosis around, and as you start to, you realize that there seems to be a focus of necrotic energy towards the back of Andros. And as you turn over Andros's body, as Arcturus is still checking the front, you realize that the scarab is moving across Andros's body and trying to tuck itself
running.
into the crook of Andros's neck.
It's trying to hide. Quick.
Grint goes to take it.
Sure. So you grab it and you try and pull it off.
Yeah.
I need a strength athletics check, please.
Okay, that's all right. 16?
A 16. As
That
you
will bend
grab
light.
onto the scarab and you start to pull, it doesn't come loose.
I start pulling on Grint.
Okay. Athletics checks from you, please. Maeve.
Guidance on myself.
Sure. Yeah. You can do that.
15.
Yeah. Nothing.
And I keep trying with like Maeve's help.
Sure. You can make another roll. Yeah. Go for it.
Both of us, or
Is that with advantage because I've got help, or?
If Maeve is giving you advantage, it can be with advantage, unless Maeve wants to try herself.
no, I'm pulling on Grint, so I feel like I'm giving him advantage.
I will say then, with a 20, as you pull, you hear like a clip sound, and the brooch comes loose.
Okay. What do we do with it now? Should we put it in the bag? Just to get it out of reach?
Keep it somewhere safe. That's for sure.
Grint rips a sack off of his cloak, and puts it in there. Rips the other rope off of there, ties it all up. I don't know what magical things you guys can do with this, but this is the best I can do.
I will hold open the bag of emptiness and just suggest, should we put it in here?
Yeah, or in Arcturus's necklace.
Well, I feel in
Or we
this
save
one,
it with Arcturus?
in this one, we are talking about trust, and if I keep it, it will be lost forever. So I would suggest the bag so everyone of us could have access to it.
Okay.
I don't really like the idea of mixing this magic with other magic, but it's up to you guys.
Well,
It
it's all
also
magic
leaves-
that we have.
I know what you're saying about trust, but it means that Andros can get back to it.
If you guys trust me with it, I will.
Well, he doesn't know it's in there.
He's stupid, but he's not that stupid.
I will promise you this, guys.
Well, we can put it.
I will promise you this. We will investigate this, and we will not hold items from each other. we are gonna investigate this.
Yeah,
So
we
I
have
am
No,
to
it's-
find
willing
out how
to
to
take it with
help him
Exactly.
with
Is
this.
is it going to corrupt your thing though?
Well, as long as it's not touching me, it will not infect me. I believe, like what I've seen
Seems
from now.
plausible.
So, I'll take it, and I'll plop into my necklace, and then 2 seconds I will plop back.
What will we do with Ondros when he gets back up?
Well, first of all, he's going to be able to hit me because he owes me one at least.
He's gonna be pissed.
Yep. Does anyone have any potions?
I can heal you guys.
I might
Who
need
needs
one
healing?
now because I don't think I'm gonna take the punch that he's gonna give me.
How rough is
Um,
Grind looking?
4 HP, kind of rough.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone here, apart from yourself, Arcturus, and Shion, is single digits. They're all
Okay.
looking very rough. Ondros
Onion.
is
Right.
no digits.
Onion, can
Yeah.
I cast a ritual underwater?
What ritual are you casting?
I would like to cast the Leomund's Hut. Because
And
it
what-
should create a dry atmosphere around under the globe, right?
Yes. Let me look
What
at the
I
spell to
understand,
see if
like-
it has any components.
Crystal bead. 1 minute casting time.
Yeah, you can do it. I was only asking because obviously the Find Familiar is burning incense, so you wouldn't be able to burn. For example.
That's why I asked.
But
him.
yeah, you could spend 11 minutes
right?
to try and make this orb beneath. Yeah. Where are you doing it?
I guess where we're standing, like we're standing on the ground, kind of, right?
You guys were floating. You can, if you
Oh,
want to
we
go
are
down.
floating. Well, I want to go down on the surface, yeah, like stand
Okay.
on the floor of the cave.
Yeah.
I will
So as you
tell everyone that I'm trying to create a dry dome for us to.
place your
things
feet
out.
on the ground, you realize that you are now stood upon the petrified vines of the corruption. And they are littered throughout the cavern. You can still cast, I'm not saying you can't cast it, but I'm just saying in terms of like, if you wanted to lay down, you would be
Yeah.
on concrete
Comfy.
thorn vines.
I will point that out to the rest of the group. Like, the vines are petrified, and Arcturus, what happened down there? And I will start casting the ritual.
Sure.
Can't hear.
You're
Oh,
muted.
I was muted, sorry. That's pretty easy to explain. I was finding a way to end was something down there. It was a flower that seems to be responsible for the corruption, and it got snapped from its roots, and since then everything got petrified. Also, by the way, Maeve, I have the flower in this piece of clothing, so if you want to do an investigation later on to end the corruption on it,
Is the root out of the ground?
it should be still a bit attached. No, it had the black part, so it was not completely safe. But since you
No,
have
but I
more,
feel like leaving the roots in the ground isn't the smartest idea.
you can check if you,
You
like.
want to kill
I'm-
any weeds, yeah.
You can check if you like. I'm not like very good with weeds.
Arhat, how long are we planning to stay down here for? We have a boat to catch home.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing something to do something.
Okay.
essentially.
First of all, I will cast the healing word on Grint. At level 3,
Okay. Roll your heals.
which has rage damage to it for some reason.
Ah! You heal him for this much, but you punch him at the same time. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you heal a whopping total of 12 hit points, Grint. Which is pretty good for a healing word.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then I guess I will investigate the roots or where the roots supposed to be.
Do you want to swim down?
I will swim down, and I don't know. Do you want a nature survival?
Yeah, so you swim all the way down. You tell me, what do you want to roll? What is your intent? What are you trying to do?
I am trying to see if the root is still in the ground and alive.
Okay. Roll me, nature, survival, arcana, investigation, any of those.
26.
Perfect. Look at all these nat 20s you guys are rolling. As you look down, you see that you go down and there is like a hole where the roots seem to go into. And as you look down to it, the roots seem to concave down in and then come back up to a twisted blackened stem. But the stem has petrified all the way until just the top of the hole, where clearly the break in the stem has happened, and then that's the part that Arcturus has. So everything down here is like concrete. Everything is concrete.
Okay. I will relay that to the party that it seems dead. It's not gone, but it doesn't seem functional anymore.
Or you come back up?
Yeah, I would have come back up, but...
Yeah, and even like the crack itself that you have to swim down is only like 10 or 15 foot wide, but like you can just see all the way up. It's just these petrified vines with these thorns sticking out of them. And it's kind of like eerie as you swim down, and it's just darkness and just your own natural sight that's giving you like this sort of grayed vision as you go down there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's much we can do. This route seems, unless we want to stay here for days and hack away at it out of our capabilities right now. We can take the plant home. If it stays alive long enough, I can talk to it. I need a rest though. I can't today.
And I will say at this, bloom, as this orb appears. What color are you making it?
I guess I'll make it kind of blue, like opaque.
Okay. Yeah, like an opaque blue, yeah. So this opaque blue bubble appears. And was anyone, like, beside our HUD as it happened, or would you guys have been on the outskirts of it?
Brent's still up with
Okay.
Andros.
Then in this case, you all just see this blue bubble, and then Ahad, as you're stood there, it's dry. There's no water in the bubble. You're dripping wet, and the floor below you is a little bit damp, but it's dry. There's air. You've made a pocket of air for yourselves. As the anchor is then pushed into the bubble, as Koilash then lands beside him, and like some water like splatters on the ground. And she just props him up on one of the vines with his head resting, so it's like propped up slightly. And she's just stood there like panting, looking around. And yeah, you two can now see outside of the bubble as you see Grint, Andros, Shion Arcturus, and now Maeve joining the rest of them.
So I will just shout to the rest, "It's ready! It's dry in here!" I don't know, can they hear me outside the bubble? Okay.
Yeah, sound travels, yeah.
If you guys want to bring Andros and stuff.
What color is Andros's arm now?
The same.
Okay, Grint will take Andros in there.
Yeah. You drag Andros in, and yeah, as you like come in, you're like almost floating, and then gravity like returns. You're like, oh, and then like yeah, you place Andros down, prop his head up, the anchor and Andros take a lot of the floor space, I will say, because they're both pretty big guys, and it's only a 10-foot
20 feet.
like, oh, is it 10
Well,
foot?
10 feet radius, 20
Yeah,
feet
10-foot
diameter is
radius.
what I was- right.
So yeah, it's there's not loads of room. There's enough room for you guys, but like if everyone's in here, it's a little bit cramped.
Yeah.
Is the anchor also unconscious?
The anchor's unconscious, yeah.
Okay. So we've got two really big unconscious guys
Yeah.
with us right now. But surely the plan isn't to stay down here for 8 hours, right?
Well, we could rest for 1 hour. Just
But didn't you?
that should give
wasn't
them a bit of healing,
But
isn't it?
the boat. How long are they gonna wait for us?
Probably not
Are we
forever.
swimming back to shore?
Yeah, we should probably get it back up there at some point. I really just wanted
I-
to dry space, and I used Prestigation to dry people off.
I can get us back up relatively quickly. That includes the guys.
Should we
If
try
we- do
search
we
the
wanna-
cave quickly if there's anything else down here? Maybe something that even pinpoints, I don't know, some kind of origin of this plant? I assume I saw when Arcturus showed it to Maeve.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I can't leave the bubble. It will
You can breathe
disappear.
underwater.
No, the bubble will
Oh, you-
disappear. That's what I'm saying. If we want the bubble to
Oh, right.
stay, I kind
Um,
of need to stay here.
Okay. Can we? I guess I'll look around for him then, because I've got dark vision.
Yeah. Coilash will also offer, being a drow, she has very good dark vision, and she's like, sure, and she'll assist you, Maeve. So if you want to take a look around as well, I'll say you can have advantage, as the pair of you swim around together.
On perception.
Yes, it'll be a perception check to have a little look around.
19.
A 19, okay. As you're starting to swim around, you kind of do like a perimeter of the cave wall, and as you're like swimming around just trying to see what there is, Coilash stops you, and she points towards the back wall where the very big mushroom is, and just on the edge of the light source, there seems to be like a gap in the stone of the vines that they appear to be going up the back wall, but there's like a gap between two of them, and it looks like it goes a little bit further in.
I nod at her and.
Yeah.
Like.
And as you get closer and closer, you see that the vines have grown over what looks to be like a hole. And the hole itself appears to be big enough for the serpent to have gone into. And there seems to be a back, like, chamber to this area. And in this chamber, you can just make out small, circular, coin-like objects. And there is a pile of them. And it is heaped in this huge pile of coins, and there's various other things sticking out of them, tiny little rocks. There are some like strange shaped things. There's like a spear sticking out of it. You see a shield at one point. Looks like part of some armor. It's also like in this mass of coin. But there are concrete vines covering the entrance.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, I will just swim back to the bubble, relay this information just as it is, and suggest that we can put whatever in the bag of holding if we can get through and can do this quick.
Rin
Well-
stands up.
I have a shatter spell that could potentially break all the stone.
And then the bubble goes?
Well,
You do it
it's
from here?
a 10-foot radius, so I would probably have to get close to it, yeah.
What's the range?
60 feet.
Yeah, you're too far away at this point.
So, I mean, we still have the water breathing, right? So, if we go in there before we leave, I mean, it's really like, right now it's just a respite, right? Just resting up a little bit for a couple minutes,
mean-
and then we like you said, they're not gonna wait forever.
They're not gonna wait forever. We can try and hack our way through. Let's not make it too long, though. It'd be helpful if, the anchor was up and helping us.
Do you have any healing left?
I have some healing left, but I feel bad. It's my last healing, and Andros is also down.
Yeah, he needs to get up too. Does anyone have any potions, Arcturus?
I do, yes. Need one?
Well,
Oh, wait.
I mean, I'm up, but we have 2 people down, right? and it would be helpful if they were up when we want to go back to the surface.
Yeah, sure. I'll throw him on. Close to
I was
the
gonna
water.
say, Maeve, I'm pretty sure.
We're in a dry space, by the way.
I do
created
have
bubble.
I do have a I think I have a small potion.
Maeve, you also have 2 first-level spell slots, a second-level spell slot, and 2 third-level spell slots.
Did you not take them off?
You
Did you not
didn't
use
any
any spells?
I believe. You were just
Oh.
I
saying.
used 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did ignore any of that. I can, but okay. So I will just cast the level 1 healing spell on the anchor for now.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, we'll say, yeah, he awakens as,
Yeah.
he gets 4 hit points, and it
With
just goes, oh, we live!
Yeah, barely.
Where's Big? Oh, Peony Snake! As he, like, gets to his feet, he's like, oh, no, what happened to him?
Had a
You
bit of a
okay?
disagreement. What will we do about him?
Wake him up.
Alright. He's
I
probably gonna
s-
try run away.
I
That,
sit
or
down
he's gonna
next
punch
to.
me.
I kneel down next to Andros, and like sort of like I guess like hold his head so when he wakes up he will see me,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Good
cast Healing Word.
Sure. And you receive.
You receive
You receive
5
hit
points.
And as you get these 5 hit points, your eyes start to flutter open. But before they do, Andros, in the dark void of your unconsciousness, you find yourself floating in a colorless water with just darkness all around you. And as you're floating there, you see the face of a white masked woman. You can see tabaxi features and ears. And as you start to float there and your eyes flutter in this unconsciousness that you're in, you hear, "Good. Finally awake, I see."
They're not gonna let me keep you. You know that, right?
What do you mean?
You saw how crazy they reacted. They don't want me having. They don't want me with that.
Fear not, child. For we are bound now. You gave to me, and for that I giveth to you. And your hand starts to raise on its own. And as your hand opens, you start to feel a pulsing within your own hand. And the veins seem to pulse in your arm. And then it grows cold. It grows still. You have now my blight and my might. You will be stronger, but I still need more.
If I don't have the brooch, how?
You will find a way. Until then, I will be around. They need you now. Do not act hastily, for we are in this together. Arise, champion. And at that, the white mask goes into the darkness, and your eyes flutter awake, and you see Maeve before you.
I await his reaction.
I will calmly push myself up to my feet, hearing what Decatha told me, or whoever the white mask tabaxi person was, and yeah, I'll just stand up, and I won't say anything. I feel very distrustive towards everyone else. Like, I keep my distance. I'll kind of just walk away from Maeve, and I'll just kind of leave the bubble, and I'll just kind of stand away from everybody else.
Before he leaves the bubble, Grint says, "When you come around, you do owe me one around here."
Before I leave the bubble, I'll just say,
Before you say anything, Grin, how long does your silence last? If he fails?
I can choose. I'll have chosen to drop it.
Okay, I was going to say, because only about 15 minutes has really
Yeah.
passed. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know
no,
how
it's
long you
maximum
Oh,
10 minutes. Max
Yeah,
10 minutes.
perfect then.
anyway,
Yeah, you can speak. Yeah, and
I'll
he-
just,
he'd have dropped it anyway.
I'll just say very calmly, I don't owe you anything. You owe me nothing. We are nothing. Don't rely on me. I don't rely on you. And I'll just walk out the bubble.
Grint turns around and walks to the direction that Maeve came from.
Hello?
No,
do you
sorry,
say?
the direction that
The
you found the
cave
vines and
thingy.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So maybe you found stuff. Should we go? Should we all go and try and retrieve whatever might be retrievable?
I think Anchor, you want gold?
Ah, ale, gold. Me
No.
want gold. Yes, yes.
Come! And I'll just usher him to come over. Like,
She's
we found
strange one, but found
We
gold.
found
Yeah.
gold. We need your help.
Good. Okay.
And I guess I'll retrieve the bag of holding of Erhard. Where are you coming with?
We'll give you the bag of emptiness.
That one.
But we'll also follow.
You
But
follow
I
as
will
well?
give I
the
will
bubble.
give the bag to you.
The bubble pops and all the water rushes back in as Shion stood there, finally got dry, and then. Ah!
Sorry,
You just you see Shion cursing slightly as you all swim off. But yeah, you go towards this entrance. How are you going to try and break it open, or what are you doing? What is the idea here, guys?
I was trying to convince the Anchor to just go for it, and I would cast guidance on whatever he's doing.
Sure. Yeah, he will pick up the anchors and just start slamming into them. I will make an athletics check with guidance then, unless anyone else wanted to assist. If Grint, if you wanted to assist,
Assist?
you can make the roll with advantage with a D4 as well.
Okay.
I'm glad. I'll let you do it rather than the NPC.
I did. Our strength is equal, I think, isn't it?
I think it is the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just flat strength, yeah.
Athletics check with advantage and a D4, which I guess Maeve's already rolled, so it's a plus
Yeah,
14.
Yeah, so 14. The pair of you are on it, and you're like trying to pull it, and you're like, no. And then he starts hammering it with the anchors. Looks like it's going to take a bit more work than just brute force at this point.
Okay, guys. You want to stand back? I will try and shatter it, but it's a relatively big radius. Might need us to leave the cave quickly if it does too much.
At that point, Grint puts his hand up. Give me 20 seconds. We need the
Alright.
proof.
Sure. What do you want to take? The head is
head.
awfully big.
I'm awfully strong.
We take head.
We take
Oh,
the
we
head.
need proof of the kill.
Yes. What was that, puny man?
We need the proof of kill.
Yes, so take head. Biggest proof of kill. We take little head too, or just big head?
We take the little head too.
How
little
big
head
are
too.
the little ones?
The little heads are... They're a fair size, but they are much more manageable to carry. They're... I guess, in terms of size, if you think of, like, a direwolf sort of size head, it's kind of that sort of... It's big enough that one person with relative strength could carry it. But yeah, the serpent's head is definitely going to take a few people.
I actually meant the whole body of the
Oh, the whole
baby thingy.
Oh, it's, yeah, you could try. You would probably think the Anchor or Grint or Ondros could probably carry it. You personally probably
Yeah,
not.
definitely not.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there any loose pieces of the like corruption concrete?
You imagine there's going to be soon, as Ahad is about to apparently blow up the entrance.
Someone try and grab some of the well, whatever's left.
Sure.
It's more proof.
I'll help.
Yeah.
Grint goes
Okay.
over to cleave the head off.
So, for the sake of brevity, you manage to cut the head of the sea serpent with the Anchor's help, while Koilash starts to gather the smaller sea serpents into a position that you can cut their heads off too. And yeah, I would say between Grint and the Anchor, it's going to be a difficult struggle to get that head up and out of the water. But doesn't mean it's not possible.
Only just short question before we do this,
Yep.
potentially. I'm just reading the spell description. It says damage to creature. Would it still apply to the
Throw the spell up, we'll have a little look.
everything else?
A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the save. So, yeah, that would work.
Okay.
Because it specifies stone and that. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you cast the spell.
Is everyone ready to go in quick? Go quick out.
You cast the spell, and as this eruption of sound pops by these roots, they all start to shatter and chunks of it go flying. A few of you have to, like, duck out of the way as bits of this stone come flying out. And then the whole cave shakes as a few stalactites from the ceiling fall and lodge into the ground, one embedding into the sea serpent itself, another going right down into the crack and the crevice below. And you all kind of panic for a slight second as you think something's going to happen. And then it remains still as this layer of dust
Oh fuck.
drifts. And as that happens, Ahad, can you please roll on the wild magic search table, please?
Oh, no. 93.
Well, that's a crazy one.
Of all the moments to get a 1.
Okay, let me have a little look at the old surge table. It's not that one. It is this one. 93, you say?
Yeah. Please don't make me fireball.
Ahad, you're there, and the rumblings of this cave is happening. You grow in size, and you are now considered a large creature. As you double in all things. But it means you can carry stuff.
Yeah, sounds great.
For whatever.
I will probably not fit inside that alcove though. Like that.
Serpent could.
Oh, the serpent
The
could. So I
serpent could go into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess, guys, let's go in.
Yeah. And as you guys go in, you all start to see various trinkets and oddities throughout the cave. You see, and I will describe everything to you and then give you a handout so you don't have to keep asking me, what was this? What was this? So, yeah, you'll see it all. But there is a large large sum of coin in the center, and you can tell from looking at them there's copper, silver, gold, and platinum spread out amongst it all. You can also see that to the side there is a vial of like some very still liquid. You can see a shield which is slightly bent and damaged shoved into it. There is some armor that looks a bit rusted at the edges. You can see what looks to be like a spear which has splints of wood coming off of it. You can see also what looks to be like a wooden instrument stuck in amongst the coins as well, and it looks to be like a flute of some sort. You can see some splint armor wedged in underneath a large amount of coins as well, with like what looks to be like feathers and like bits of like cloth coming off of it, but on closer inspection doesn't appear to be damaged by the water or anything at all. You also notice a blue gemstone the size of like a dwarf's fist, so it's quite a large blue gemstone. Also, throughout all of it, are tiny little gems littered throughout all of the coin, as well as one gemstone in particular, which is very, very attractive to the eye, as this sparkling star ruby sits amongst them all, a very large ruby. Yeah, it looks like it could be worth quite a bit. Also there, you see some artist-like objects. You see a sapphire pendant on a gold chain, a beautiful sapphire pendant. You see a comb with red garnets and the head of a dragon coming off of it. You see a solid gold idol of what looks to be like a half-orcan woman with waves crashing at her feet. You can see an eye patch with some stones in it. You see a ceremonial silver dagger with a ruby in its pommel. You see a string of beautifully pink pearls. And then you start to see a few other bits of like a tapestry which is completely ruined from the water and like tears, and then you find like a woolen piece which is completely ruined as well. But you find a lot of different things. So what do you do?
How much can we carry?
Yeah.
Well, what do you try taking first? Are you going to put stuff in the bag?
Back
I
of
think,
emptiness for
yeah,
now?
it makes sense.
If
yeah.
you want to do the gemstones, all the gemstones all together is 5.4 pounds. So not a lot at all. There's loads of little ones, and then there's a couple of big ones. So if someone just makes a note of that for now. The art objects are 50 pounds for the lot. And this isn't
The
cash.
art
This is
objects,
art.
like the
combs,
form-
the ceremonial things, and all of that are about 50 pounds in weight.
Okay.
Then there's a few other extra items which weigh roughly about 20 pounds, and that's like the flute, some of the armor. Oh, no, the two armors that are there weigh a total combined of 80 pounds. And then finally, there is the coin. All in, it weighs 824 pounds.
Luckily, we do have Erhard in a large size.
He can carry double weight right now. But
Okay.
there is 824 pounds worth of coin.
The bag holds 500.
500 max. So I will say between all of you, the anchor is more than happy to carry some. More than happy.
Yeah, let him carry as much as he can, I guess.
Yeah, which he also gets a similar thing to Andros, where he can carry one size up from him, so he can carry a large creature's size, so it doubles. So with all of you carrying stuff, you could carry the lot if you wanted to clear out.
Sure.
I think we would, yeah.
But yeah.
Sure. I will say this whole thing, to clear everything, will take you about an hour. Because you've got to pick up all the coins, put them into a bag. It's going to take a while.
While they do this, I'm
Yep.
just sitting out in like with no light is, and I'm just resting. Like I'm just
Are you
resting.
out up top of the cave near the kelp forest, or are you still in the cave?
No, I'm still in the cave. I'll be nice enough at least in that regard. And I'm just gonna rest while they do this. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna help
sure.
them or nothing.
So if you guys want to spend the hour to take everything, you can do, and then Andros can get a short rest during that time. But it's up to you guys.
I guess.
Is it worth it to stay this long?
Can we send someone up whilst we collect everything?
I mean, I could go up pretty quick, I guess, if you wanted me to.
Koilash
Probably
would
worth-
offer.
Sure.
Probably worth letting someone know that we're okay.
And where we are.
Well, and also, Maeve, if you go up, you wouldn't be able to talk to them.
Oh no,
Like,
I
I
have a
assume
way.
you would transfer.
I have a way. And we're underwater, right? We're not in a bubble or anything. And I smile at Erhard as outside of where the loot cave is, shimmers come around and 8 dolphins appear. I'll be right back. And I take one of the dolphins and latch onto it and go up.
Koilash will grab onto another and go
I
up
guess-
with you. Because... No?
Because if I move too far, they would disappear. So they are all coming with me.
Okay, yeah, Koilash will grab onto one and go with you.
Yeah.
So that you don't go on your own in case, like, a whale swallows you or whatever.
Yeah.
So she swims on it with you. Yeah, and I will say that you guys take the hour. Andros,
Yeah.
you can roll your hit points to...
How many do I get to roll?
As
Did I
many as
see
you want.
7? Okay, I'll roll 4.
And while you roll this, I think
Yeah.
this is probably the best time to cut to a break, as all of you gather your coin and all of your lovely new things to have a look at, and your big rubies. Yeah, let's cut to a break. Yeah, we'll be back in like 5-ish minutes while we grab a drink and stuff. See you in 5. Don't go anywhere. Bye, 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 bye. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back as our adventurers loot a cave and begin to swim to the surface. So, I assume Grint and the anchor are going to attempt to drag up the gigantic head of the sea serpent.
Yeah.
There are 2 smaller heads. How do you take them?
Yeah, I guess I will try to pick
Sure.
them up since I'm big.
So as you guys take this hour to start looting up, Maeve and Koilash breach the surface of the water, and you can see a little ways off, not too far, you can see the boat just circling at the mouth of the bay at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume you swim on over on your dolphins?
We'll swim on over on our dolphins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you start getting closer, you hear Oscar shout over. Is everyone okay?
We're okay. We did it. The others are gonna be right up. Can you guys wait for us?
Yeah. Lead us to where you're coming up, and we'll stop the boat there.
Right. Yeah, follow us. We'll be going back down to assist them to come back up.
Okay. Gordon, this way! And you just see here Oscar sort of commanding on this boat at the minute. He appears to be taking a little bit of leadership. The boat then starts to swing round towards your direction. And Koilash nods to you to go down, and she will wait, stood on top of the water, just waiting for the boat to come over so that they know where to stop. You go back down, and when you get down there, that's when everyone's starting to go back up to get out of the cave. And all of your dolphins kind of all glide next to you, as
They will start helping, nudging the head up, or any slow swimmers.
Yeah,
I'll
awesome.
do my every turn, do the cunning action to dash up a little bit more.
Not a problem. Is anyone going to ride a dolphin? Is anyone going to jump on the back of one and ride on up?
Yes. I'm gonna
Well,
try that.
Erhard would, but it's too
Yeah, Erhard can't. He's too
small.
big. Yeah.
I might do it, but I also kind of want to stick a bit closer to like the head of the sea serpent because I might want to do something with that later before they all go turn it in.
Okay, yeah. So you see Grint swimming, trying his best to hold this up. The anchor's also doing the same. But what the anchor's done is the chains that are around his anchors, he's wrapped them around him and then hooked the anchors into the mouth of it, and he's just swimming up with it like pulling on his torso, and he's just striding as strong as he can. While Grint doesn't have chain, or he has a bit of rope, I guess you could try.
I'm out.
No,
I'm done. I'm out of rope.
You're just swimming on up. But yeah, as you all manage to go up, Grint and the anchor are going to take a little longer than everyone else because it's very heavy. Ahad, you're not much faster than them. But yeah, eventually you all breach the water, all of you, and as you do, the boat is just coming to a stop. The sails are up. So there's no wind moving the boat at this time, as an anchor then drops and you just see rope ladders flung over the sides for all of you, as Koyalash starts beginning to help pull you out of the water so you can walk on it if you wish.
I just climb up.
You just swim on over and climb up, not a problem.
I'm guessing Grint and the anchor are going to take whatever help they can get.
Yeah, as you guys get up there, and then they start throwing some ropes down, and they try to fashion, and chains, and try to fashion some sort of like hoist for it.
Out of curiosity, what does it look like to the people on the boat when they start seeing the sea serpent's head coming up through the water?
Yeah, so because you guys are much slower than everyone else, all the dolphins emerge, and then they make a way as this shadow starts following them. A few of the crew are just like, it's back! It's back! And then, like, Ahad's big form breaches, and they're all like, what? And then that's when Grint and the anchor, you also breach up as well. And yeah, like, there's a bit of panic to begin with, for sure. But after some speech from all of you, be like, well, it's okay, it's just the head. And then, yeah, they manage to winch it up. And then people are pulling the chains and ropes to try and drag it up onto the deck. Yeah. All of you board the ship. The heads are all put on. And you are then taken into the captain's quarters, where you can dump all of your loot, and it'll be under lock and key so no one can rob it. But yeah, that's what you guys do. You are all now on the boat. Before it sets sail, is there anything anyone wants to do?
Oh yeah.
The boat starts sailing, but since there is a head of the serpent now on ship, I will go up to it and cast Speak of the Dead at some point. I won't tell anyone I'm doing this. I'll do it on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go up immediately to that head and like probably like I'm a little bit grossed out, like, ugh, this thing is disgusting. When I grab the orb from my pack because I should still have it, and I don't know, I kind of hold it, lay it next to it, just try something with it, and then I'll kind of like
rubbing it.
Yeah, like kind of in my mind ask like, okay, is this good enough, or do you want something else?
Yeah, you hold the orb up to it, and you're like looking around, and like you just stick it near it, nothing seems to happen. You're like rubbing it on the side, nothing's happening. You kind of stick it in its mouth a little, and then you're like, like you don't want to, but you're like, I don't know if this is working. Unfortunately, to no avail. Nothing seems to react.
Okay. That's good. I quickly stick the orb back in my pack and like,
Not a problem. Yes, and as this is happening, Grint, Maeve, Ahad, Arcturus.
I think Alhard is too beaten up to even want to go into the loot room to investigate and identify things, because usually he would, so he would just sit down, rest, and hopefully recover some health.
Awesome. Yeah, you can roll your hit points as the next hour will go by, and you can heal up. Maeve.
Do I spot Stormcrest?
Yes, Stormcrest is on the ship, and as you start to finish off what you're doing, you don't notice him initially, like, straight away, because you're busy, like, helping people up and getting the head on, and then you just feel, like, the feathers of Stormcrest as he brushes his head next to yours.
Mm-hmm. Hey, buddy, and I give him a scratch.
Yeah, and he, like, leans into it, but he still makes sure he's standing proud.
And I just sigh. And I just sit down and sort of lean into his leg, chest. And I take a rest.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Arcturus, Grin.
I will just take some rest as well. Get some my health back because yes, I took some of those.
Yeah, not a
I'll
problem.
just hit the hit dice, right? Just to be sure.
Yeah. You can press that as many times as you want, but no more than I think 7 is your
7,
max.
yeah,
at the
7
moment.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Grint.
Grint goes up to Oscar and says, "What did you do with Samuel's remains?"
Well, we bound them all up, ready for any sort of ceremony that would need to take place. And we've also got Caleb's remains as well. We've put them below deck now so that they make sure that they don't fall off the boat at all.
Grint heads down below deck to look
Do you want
for.
me to take you there, Master Grint?
Yes.
Yeah, and he leads you below deck. And you can see that there's like a sadness in his eyes because of what's going on, but you can also see that he's a little excited because he didn't know if you'd made it or not, and there's this like sense of relief now that he knows that you're there. But he can also see that you're a bit beaten up as well, so he knows it wasn't an easy fight. But yeah, he doesn't say too much. He leads you to the room that they've put them in. Some sort of lodgings. They've just rested them on beds for the moment. And yeah, he takes you to the room.
Give me some time.
Yeah, but by all means, Master Grant.
He kneels down next to, unfortunately, what is probably the smaller package. I'm sorry, Samuel. I put you in this position, and I didn't even know your last name. You were so much braver than your crew ever gave you credit for. You died a hero's death. And I will never let that be forgotten. And Grint sheds a tear and just stays there for a little while.
Yeah,
and
not a
eventually he'll go back above deck.
Yeah, absolutely fine. And as all this is happening and things start to change and move around, Andros, this is where you come up to the head of the creature. You stand in front of it for a second. And then you raise a hand.
I won't raise the one
Yeah.
hand. I'm gonna take the one that has the glove on it. I'll place it on the head of the creature. I'll just kind of close my eyes for a minute, and then I'll then cast Speak with the Dead on the creature.
Okay. To anyone on deck, you all hear. As the head of the sea serpent shifts and moves, and the mouth opens and closes as if breathing. And Andros, you stand before it with a hand out.
I do. I'll just ask it. Do you understand me?
Yes.
What kind of corruption was that?
Do not know.
How long has a corruption been there?
Months.
After that, that's all I ask. That's all I can ask. So I'll just pull away and then
You get 5 questions.
Oh, 5.
You
Okay.
get 2 more.
Who ask?
Do we hear this? What Andros is saying?
You do all hear it speak. and you hear Andros's questions.
Andros, darling, don't forget to apologize to it. We did kind of kill it after all.
Take a deep breath. Though there's a small like smile that comes across, as if I feel pretty happy about killing it. And I'll just I'll sigh. And I'll then start to say, "We're sorry for killing you. They are sorry for killing you. I hope there is no harm foul against them." And then I'll ask another question, I guess. Do you have a significant other nearby?
Other, yes. Nearby, no. But in Veritas.
Okay. That's all I can think of, and I'll just kind of pull my hand away.
And
Open
as
my
you
eyes.
pull your hand away, the eyes flutter for a second on it, and its breath draws almost to an end until its mouth opens once more, and it says, "Thank you. I see my children once more." And then the breath draws to an end. And then the mouth goes slack once more. And every crew member on this ship is looking at you, Andros, with complete fear in their eyes.
Kind of walk away.
Okay. And the boat makes off, and it starts
the-
heading
Um,
back towards Ifalgo.
I assume there's like quarters under below deck,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
So I think Erhard would have gone down there to kind of rest because
Yeah, not a problem.
we're just lying on deck and resting. And we'll use the time to also write in my little wild magic documentation journal. About my two wild surges in this very
Oh.
short amount of time.
You wouldn't have been able to go below deck until the hour passed.
Oh, I'm
'Cause you were
enlarged
too
for an
big.
hour?
You
Oh,
were large
okay.
for 1 hour. And
Oh,
then
I
after
see.
the hour, then you shrink down and could go below deck.
I guess I will sit on deck and scribble in a very small journal.
Yeah. You were like 12 foot tall. Like you were, you'd have to really crouch down to get under there. Yeah. But yeah, as that happens, Grin?
Is Shion above deck?
Well, I think so. Though I do agree with Erhard that probably as soon as the whole Andros and Whales of the Dead thingy ended, she probably would have gone look for a soft cushion or something.
I'll say the two of you cross paths in the hallway. Let's put it that way.
Shion,
What is it, darling?
I owe you a life debt now. Be aware of that.
Do you? I mean,
You
I-
saved me.
just me? I mean, I could have helped you more, but I was grabbed by the thing myself. I think it was Erhard's potion that actually got you back on your feet, was it not?
If you, as a collective, then need a favor, you can find me here.
Here, are you not coming with us? I mean, your
Wasn't it?
family. I don't know about your family or anything, or I don't know anything about you, really.
No.
As far as I was aware, as far as conversations had gone, we were doing this task, and then I don't know, what are you guys even doing next?
To hell if I know. But you know, I mean, the thing I want most of all is to go home, but I think that's something that's probably not in the cards for me soon. But
Why can't you go home?
oh, technically I can go home any moment. I can just get a boat and leave, but there is something that I need to do beforehand, and I don't think I will find that back home.
Well, if you ever want to pass a different way, not by boat, I'm one of the few people who've made it through the passage.
The passage?
To get to the south of Veritas via land.
The south of Veritas? You mean the actual south of Veritas, or just the south of northern Veritas? You've been to the Kajami jungles? You've been to the oh, I know where you've been now. You went there?
My old mercenary band.
Wow, impressive. Not many
You could
people make
argue
it
that I
along.
have. You could argue that I have loved ones down there.
Do you? Where exactly?
Well,
Any of the big cities?
not so much a big city, more a camp. We set up shop there and worked. I don't know where your allegiances lie, so it's maybe best for me to keep our actual actions under wraps, but
I
I
won't
know
let
the area well.
Very, very nice. Well, if you ever have the urge to go back there for whatever reason, by all means, come along. I'll promise I won't rat you out. But that said, I don't even know what my own standing is back home anymore. I might come home and find my house completely obliterated.
Our camp was quite cozy.
That's good to know. I wonder if my girls are doing well. But it's good to know it's good to have a backup. Just in case.
I don't suppose the name Cassius rings a bell with you.
Unfortunately not. Was he your band leader or?
No, in some ways it's almost probably best that his name doesn't ring a bell with you. But he was a good friend. Is a good friend, I'd hope.
Maybe we can find him again.
Maybe. Anyway, you look like you're looking for rest.
Yes. Oh yes. This ship is just. Ugh. It's not a bad ship, but you know, ladies of my stature are used to better accommodations for now. And I just wink at him and go look for some cushions, I guess.
Yeah, and as you dip into a room to get some luxury items, you see at the end of the corridor Oscar just kind of like leaning against against like some wooden beams, and as he like sees that you've now left that room, Grint, he like raises a bottle and then raises a second bottle and like looks at you.
Not today, Oscar. Maybe tomorrow.
He nods and then he pours a little bit out onto the deck and then he sips some and he walks upstairs.
Grint heads back upstairs, heads up into the crow's nest, and has a little bit of a rest himself.
Fair enough. And over the next 8 hours, Is there anything anyone wanted to do, or do we dock?
I guess over the course of 8 hours,
Yep. Curiosity gets the better of Erhard, I believe.
I think I would seek out Arcturus and probably Maeve, because they both have a bit of understanding of the arcane as well. Now I would just say, like, there were a couple curious items down in that serpent's lair. You guys want to join me to find out what they were?
Now, Hard.
Well, what else can we do? It's a long time
Sleep?
back to
Rest
port.
up, sleep, get our minds together, reflect on what happened. I don't know, meditate on a stone, which is not found here on a boat, but you catch my drift.
I guess that makes sense.
Forgive my,
All right.
forgive me my strictness. It has been a long day.
Erhard,
Well, I mean,
I'm
it's been
sorry.
tiring.
I might know magic, but I don't know anything about artifacts or art or anything like that. I can just about count the coins I have in my pocket.
Well, imagine, Maeve. Now at least you do know what coins are.
Right. Yes. You know what? They're still annoying. They're just heavy and carry them around. It's stupid. We should exchange that for platinum.
Smart thinking.
Can we actually pay with platinum? I think most places won't really accept it.
You want to carry around a lot of gold and silver?
We can invest it in like houses all over the continent.
I think we should find a safe
Invest?
place for it. For the money.
So, you know, when I was in the forest, the thing I would do with things that I wanted to keep safe is like dig a real deep hole. And then remember where the hole is, because if you don't, then you lose it. And then it's safe, but no one will ever find it. But it doesn't make sense. We're not going to come back here.
No, I don't think we would.
Yeah. Might be safest back in Arkenvale. So
We can
I guess
always
for
take
now
it
we
to
have
the
to
bank
carry it.
and keep it safe.
There is banks, yes. Haven't been to a bank in whatever.
Maeve looks really confused, but just shrugs, and she's like, whatever, and she like just turns into Stormcrest and nestles into a nap.
And as you're all doing that, you just see like Oscar walk on over to you all, and with one of the bottles, he just like shoves it into Erhard's hand. He's just like, "I've got a second. You can there you go."
Thanks.
So what are you gonna do with all that money?
Well, I think the crew definitely deserves a share. And personally, I feel that the kingdom itself probably could use something for their troubles with the serpent. If they...
I guess it did belong to them at one point,
Yeah.
but that's your guys' decision now. You know, they couldn't find anyone to kill it. Certainly didn't have anyone with magic powers to breathe underwater. Like, that's the coolest thing ever!
I chuckle. You hear me chuckle from
Yeah.
Stormcrest.
He's just like, boom. Like the bubble like shifts a little. He's like, I don't want to lose it. I want to keep this forever.
You want to keep
Well-
it forever? Keep close to Maeve.
Okay. How bad was it? You know, down there.
It was crazy. Unbelievable And I don't think we ourselves even fully comprehend what happened.
Yeah. It was, that thing was huge.
I haven't seen such a
not just
might
the
in
serpent.
such a long time. It was terrifying.
It's not just the serpent that was terrifying. I mean, nature itself was. I don't know, revolting.
Well, I know, I know Craddock doesn't really, like magic, but I just wanted to say on behalf of myself, you guys are pretty cool.
Well, we're glad we could
Thanks.
help.
Wait. Is there a big glass jar on this ship with a lid?
Glass jar.
Yeah.
I can go looking.
I look at Arcturus. If that flower is still alive, we should probably put it in it if we want to preserve it to try and chat to it.
I look at Oscar and Oscar, we need it very quickly.
We're on a boat that doesn't belong to me. I'll go and look. And he just
Thank you.
runs below deck. You just hear the clattering of armor as he's running across the deck at like full speed. You see him like slip and like he catches himself and then he runs down. Yeah, and he's now on the hunt for a big glass jar with a lid. I would say 20 minutes later, he comes back out with like an earthenware pot with a lid, and he's like, "It's the best I could find.
It's a
It'll
fuss.
do.
It will do.
There you go."
I'll take the flower thingy in the bag, or made up bag, and I'll hand it over to Maeve.
Thank you. Probably should get some water in this thing as well, if it was an aquatic plant.
I'll run back up with the thing and add water. And since I'm a lot more agile than Oscar, it goes much smoother than.
You're having a great time. Whereas he slipped about a little bit. The boat like rocked right as he was going left, and he like caught him off balance. But yeah. And I will say the next 8 hours pass. You all take short rests to kind of just chill out and relax a little bit. You guys have some chats with the crew. Ale is provided to all of you. The anchor is drinking his fill as he pretty much finishes off an entire keg on his own. Koilash seems a little more reserved as she kind of like sits on one of the railings, just holding onto it, just watching the ocean. The anchor lets Gordon helm the ship for the rest of the travel as Gordon, just takes it in his stride and carries on going.
At some point, I will find like a secluded place below deck, open a window and light the brazier and
Resummon Olaf?
Resummon Olaf.
Not a problem. As what
I will
creature?
summon him as a raven just to
As a raven.
go back
Nice.
to his original form.
Yeah, and as Olaf appears, you get this sense of warmth once more as your little buddy, good old pal, is by your side. And I will say 8 hours pass, and you guys finally dock at the dock of Craddock, and there is a crowd of people. We're talking like hundreds of people stood on this dock. Civilians, guardsmen. You can see an array of different walks of life all stood on the dock, staring as this boat comes in. And when it docks and the gangplank comes down, you just hear this cacophony of clapping and cheering as you have returned. And as these cheers and the claps and people screaming out like hooray, like to all these different people, one by one, you step off of the gangplank onto the dock itself. And before you see King Julius Appleton outside of the King's Court, very frail looking, stood with scepter in hand, as he stands there, smiles at you all, and greets you towards him. His two grandchildren, Amelia and Alexander, stood beside him with a big troop of Kingsguard all surrounding him, making sure that he is very well protected. You see a couple of the councilmen to the sides, and you also see in the crowd a gentleman with a blue beret and a blue scarf stood watching from the sideline. And as you all come out onto this dock, greetings, all of you. Your return, which I assume must mean good news.
Would you care to have a look on deck?
You have proof.
Absolutely.
Amelia, take my arm. And Amelia links arms with him, and the pair begin walking up with Alexander and Benson, the older son, behind them as they all walk up towards the deck, step on board the ship. Oh my. It truly was monstrous in size, wasn't it? Thank you. Truly. Thank all of you.
You may notice there is 2 extra heads there.
Ah. Yes. What are these?
These are further quarries of the beast. Ones that we also had to slay. Just something worth potentially bearing in mind. You know, when we're paid.
Oh, what are they? Are they offsprings?
In a way, we can consider them offsprings, yes.
But they look so different.
Well,
What was the cause of this?
we don't quite know yet. We're trying to find out. That it wasn't just the serpent that was at fault here. There was something deeper, something more vile.
So the
And-
rumors were true.
Yeah.
That a sense of some form of corruption was truly down there.
Yes. And we've dealt with it to the best of our knowledge and ability.
But unfortunately, these poor creatures were casualties. Collateral damage.
I say
My
quite
liege-
quietly, good riddance. Under my breath.
My liege, your granddaughter has done great many things to prove to all of Craddock that we needn't be afraid of magic. However, this issue proves that not only can we not be afraid of magic, but we have to understand it if we are to move forward as a nation, if we're to protect ourselves from natural and unnatural threats to our realm. We cannot simply police the problem. It may be wise to implement some of her suggestions.
And you see a curl of the lip as he smiles, hearing these words. As she looks shocked as you were saying this, and you can see behind them Alexander's face is going like a shade of maroon, like in anger. And King Julius, he smirks and he says, I do think that Credonia needs to enter a new age. And My bones are far too old for that. I think the youth of this world should have more of a say of what happens. And I think you are right, Master Grint. And he smiles. And for that, I think my time as king is coming to an end. Grint, I understand you must have many things that you have to do at this time. But when you are ready, would you do me the honor of being an advisor to whoever takes the throne next? I think your wisdom and your strengths could aid this region. You come from little, but you're stout of heart.
Of course, my liege.
And Grint
Your
drops to a
time-
knee.
Yeah. Do not on my behest. I understand you are still wrapped up in all of this. But when you are ready, when you have time, I would like you to at least take a seat within the halls.
Grint starts crying. And who's standing next to Grint at the moment?
What if you pick? Shion! There you go.
Shion hears this kind of muttered whimper of,
They can know me.
I smile.
Yeah, and Julius, he turns to some guards and he says, please, can we have the removal of the beasts from the vessel? And please escort these fine warriors of Credonia to chambers for the feast. And he steps off of the gangplank with Amelia in tow, and they begin walking down again. At that, you are left.
just before they go.
Yeah, they start
Grint says,
walking down.
Excuse me. Which of the Larunians have been called to the feast?
Well, the banners of 9, all heads of houses will be attending.
I don't suppose Taran has been able to return.
Not to my knowledge, but he may have returned home.
Thank you.
And yeah, he carries on walking down. And you all have a few of the guards are like lifting the heads up. That they pull a wagon up onto the dock, and they're like struggling to like shift this. And the anchor walks over like, no, I help. Don't worry. I pick up, you slide under. We put down. We send a go. Okay? And all the guards are like, yeah. And then he like lifts, and like puts it on this like trolley like cart thing, and then they wheel it off, and he's like, puny humans. And yeah, you guys are left to your devices on board the ship.
So now what?
Let's go.
With the crew?
I'll head off the boat, and I'm gonna start heading back to the castle.
Okay.
And while I'm walking, I am like scratching at my wrist. Like I'm scratching
Yeah.
Like probably drawing. I'm trying to see if I can just tear this shit off, but I'm probably drawing blood at this point because I'm in there.
Yeah, and as you start walking away, people start approaching you, and they're like, "Hero of Credonia, savior of the bay, thank you for what you've done for us. You need not, but you have. Thank you."
You'll give your praises to Master Grint, and I say this very like sarcastically. And I
Oh,
just walk
We
past
will.
him.
It's like you, brush past and start walking out. And yeah, you head towards the castle. The rest of you, there's a few members of the crew still about. What you do notice is Oscar very sheepishly starts walking towards the gangplank, and he like looks around, seeing if anyone's spotting him, and then you just see at the end of the gangplank, Oliver, arms folded, foot tapping, just staring in Oscar's direction, and then Oscar sort of clocks eyes with him, and then he goes to go back on the boat, and Oliver goes, "Brother," and then Oscar's like, "Shit," as you then see him like head down sheepishly, start walking off towards his brother, and in
Grint catches Oliver's eyes, gives him a little wink.
and you can see there's some disappointment in Oliver's face, but he looks up at you, he smirks, and then he clips his brother around the back of the head, and you can just see him like that. He's like bickering, and then you just hear like Oscar go, "I actually hit it." Like Oliver's just like, "I don't care if you hit it. You know how dangerous that was, and that's my sword." As like the two of them then just start walking off into the crowds.
Is our blue scarfed friend still staring at us?
Why don't you make me a perception check?
Oh my.
As you look on out,
That one.
you do not see. You just see a crowd of people.
you-
It's slowly starting to disperse, but yeah, there's just a
Shit.
crowd of people.
Shion, who are you looking for?
No one.
Okay.
Can Grint make a perception check for Samuel's crew?
Yeah, why not? Go for it. As you wipe the tears away and just look over the side.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you definitely start to spot, like, they're not together, but you see like one over to the left hand side, one further back on the right, and then one kind of near the dock right at the front. And yeah, you spot them, and you realize that they're just stood there just clapping, and any of the crew that come off the boat, like, you see a few of them like pat them on the shoulder, like, "Yeah, like, oh, really good job. You're a braver man than me for Credonia." Like, they're just all like, they all seem very hyped that these sailors have helped slay the beast.
Maeve, would you help me with something? Below decks.
Sure. Yeah, I gotta go take Stormcrest back afterwards, but I'm sure whatever it is I
won't
can
take
do.
long.
Yeah.
There are 2 more that need to be celebrated.
Right.
You bring the
And-
remains?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring the remains up. And what are you doing with them?
Just follow me out.
And as Grint takes them out, walks down the gangplank.
There were 2 who joined us, who did not return. They were the bravest souls you will ever hear of on this journey. You call us heroes, but these are the men who laid down their lives so that yours may continue. To the sailors Samuel and Caleb, we salute you, and we will never, ever forget you.
You start to see a few of the crowd. They like put a fist to their chest and they just bow in respect of the two remains that you place down. And as you place them, they are then put onto stretchers, and some of the guards start taking them towards the castle themselves. And yeah, you see a tear or two come from the individuals that you spotted as they realize who this potentially is.
While this is
Yeah,
all
I-
happening, I'm also shooting 2 Eldritch Blasters up in the air.
Yeah, as you fire like 2 shots, 1 for each. Everyone's a little like stunned for a second as magic just went off, but yeah, it seems to be, yeah, they understand that it's part of the situation that's going on.
I grab one of his crew and I just say to him,
He was right. You know, everything he saw, everything he heard, it was true.
Right.
Do we see him? Or
Yeah, he's like gone off to the side. I assume you've all come off the boat at this point. He's like a little, like 10 feet away from you as he's having this chat with one of the random sailor-looking types in the crowd, and he's just like, right. So it really did speak. He really did call out for help.
And he helped it.
Right.
What?
His surname was McAvoy. Samuel McAvoy.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry for yours. And he like wipes his eyes and then like brushes his nose. I'll let his folks know.
I put a hand on Grin's shoulder. I'm sorry, Grins. I know he meant something to you.
I just can't help but feel like I failed him.
I think he saw you as a hero, as someone to look up to. And I think he died trying, looking up to you, but I don't think that's a bad thing. You're a good role model, Grint. King hasn't asked for you to be an advisor for no reason.
Thank you.
And at that, the crowd starts to disappear back to doing whatever they're doing. The bodies are taken to the castle, and all of you start making your way there. But before we have everyone there, Andros, you got there a little bit earlier.
Mhm.
What are you planning on doing? What are you up to?
Do I know where the feast is held? Like, if I walk in, am I
No.
gonna know? Okay.
No,
I
you
will-
you walk in and everyone
Yeah.
greets you as like some sort of hero right
I'll
now.
ask one of the guards, of course.
Yeah.
Where it would be held, and I'll just.
Yeah, the feast will be made in the main hall. It won't be ready just yet, but in a few hours it'll be ready. Once I imagine all of you will have wanted to clean up a little and relax before the feast.
Thank you. And I'll head up to the room, and I'll walk in, head to where I can get washed up. I'll try to get all that stuff done first, and still like trying to scrub it off, of course.
Mhm.
Probably most likely no avail, and then just sit in the room that me and Galoin share, and just wait till it's time.
Yeah, and as you go on in and start getting yourself
Mhm.
ready, you hear a door open.
Yeah.
Andros,
Hey, buddy.
where's everyone else?
They're at the docks. They'll be on their way shortly.
Everyone's okay? Yeah, we're all good.
Everyone is perfectly fine. No one died.
Whew. Well, that's really good going.
Yeah.
Wow. To think that you... Well, I assume you did it, right? Everyone's buzzing around here.
Yeah, we killed the serpent.
You okay?
Never better, my friend. Never better.
I need you to roll me a deception check, please, Andros.
Damn it! Come on.
As Galoid is like... Okay.
Yeah. My
yeah.
first good one and all the.
Okay. Well, yeah, you go and sort yourself out.
When you see Grint, give him the dog.
What?
Let him have the dog.
Okay.
Thank
Sure.
you. And I'll start cleaning my blade.
Yeah, okay. No worries. And you see Galoin go over to the dog and unclip something from around his neck and then put it on the side. Well, never mind. And he just mills about, feeds the dog, feeds socks, and just relaxes a little bit. And then the rest of you, after like half an hour, I'll say at max.
When we get to the castle, actually,
Okay.
sorry, Grint will say,
I think you guys have some things to discuss, and I have someone to potentially look for. I'll see you at the feast.
I guess we nod. Or at least I do. Like, okay, sure, go ahead. See you later.
And yeah, as you start to go off, you just hear a voice from behind you. You need help, little man. I could come. Big, strong.
Big could help. I'm looking for this man.
and I describe Taran.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Want me help?
Yes.
Good. We beat man up, yes?
No. If you lay a... This man is one of my best friends.
So beat him up even more. Me make lots of friends in fight pit. We beat each other up good.
Also, if you by any chance see any... I doubt they'll be here. Not really high enough standing, but give me as much warning as possible and hide me if you see two greenish-looking women.
Me find two green women, hide you. Got it. Any two women or like together?
Any two greenish... It's even one greenish woman. Just hide me.
As a half-orc female walks around the corner and he goes, ah! And he just pushes you into an alleyway. And you like stumble, you're like, what the fuck? And then this half-orc woman walks past and he goes, a good day, greenish woman. she walks past and she's like, what? And then walks past, you come back out the alleyway again.
That's exactly what I mean.
Good. And he will follow you wherever you wish to go. Koilash peels off without saying anything. You just kind of see her start to walk off in a different direction. She like nods to you all, and she smiles, but she starts heading off into the city for whatever reason. Maeve, you look like you want to do something.
I'm hopping on Stormcrest and flying him back to the post.
Not a problem. Yeah, you do so. Absolutely fine. You do notice when getting a bit of a closer inspection of Stormcrest, now that everything's calmed down a little bit, he has a few nicks and scrapes on him, but other than that, he's in relatively good condition. But you fly him back, and as you land, you see some like a tuft of hair at the window, and then like you just see a face like pop up because like he's too short, and then like he jumps back down, runs out, and he's like, "You brought him back?"
Of course, I said I would try my best. He took he took a few scratches, but he's okay.
Oh, he'll be fine. Scraps with a demon tail all the time. Thank you.
He's a good one. Thank you for trusting me and letting me use him.
So I suppose it went well then.
We did it. It wasn't completely without any loss, but the serpents are dealt with.
Serpents? More than one?
There was 2 young of it.
Oh. Well. Glad that the pair of you two made it out okay.
The main crew made it out okay, but a few of the locals didn't.
Well. At least they were fighting for a good cause.
They were. Hey, Karas, I don't know if I'll see you again or the Griffins, but thank you for your help, and make sure you give Stormcrest extra food tonight, because he really deserves it.
Well, looking at him, he got in some water. He looks a little damp and a bit floofy. So he needs a bath.
Of course. And I'll give Stormcrest a big scratch. Like a embarrassingly long.
Yeah, he like shoves
yeah.
into it as well. He
Yeah.
he enjoys that. And then you start to walk away and walk back towards the city as Karas kind of like looks at you and just smiles. And then you just hear it off in the distance, just like, right, hot soapy water. And like he like runs off to go and sort Stormcrest out. And yeah, eventually you all arrive in the chambers, apart from Grint, in the chambers of the castle. And as you all come in, with Maeve coming in a little bit later, yeah, what are you guys up to? What are you doing? Have you taken your treasure hoard with you, or have you left it on the boat?
I assume I would have taken like a bag of gemstones at least.
Oh yeah, yeah, straight all the gemstones. You're like this huge backpack bigger than you, like.
Yeah, and I'm probably just sitting on a couch somewhere trying to look. I mean, it's not like I'm super educated in it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of gemstones in my life. It's like, is this one good for my next bracelet, or this is trash?
Yeah. Yeah, and there are some fantastic looking gemstones in there, and there's also that the golden necklace with the pendants on as well, which is very appealing to one such as Shion, I imagine. And yeah, as you're all doing this, Erhard, you start to see a few items cropping out of it. I will say, for the sake of brevity, you do some arcanic-like things to the pile, and you realize there are 3 items in particular that happen to be of magical nature. Those 3 items are the flute with intricate carvings. It's a wooden flute which looks like a dragon's head at the bottom, where like the sound comes out. And what you also notice is the set of splint armor with like the cloth and like some feathers that come off of it. Also seems magical in nature, as well as finally the large gemstone that's the size of a dwarf's fist. It's like a blue, a brilliant blue gemstone. And those are the 3 magical items that you spot. Obviously, the holy water is just blessed water in a church in a vial that was stuck under there. When you were collecting it all up, there was a few more vials, but they looked smashed at the time. But yeah, that's what you find. And I would say, out of all of the gems, the biggest gems that you spot, Shion, is the Star Ruby, which is number 8. It is also number 17, which is the Diamond. And I think there's one... No, they're the largest 2. And then there's also a Black Star Sapphire as well, which is very pretty.
Is Maeve back yet?
And then I'll say Maeve comes in at this point. Yeah, sure.
And I just sort of... Come here.
Hey.
And I
Go over.
I pull out the diamond. You're good with diamonds, are you not?
I have my uses.
Maybe this one should be for you then.
Do you know how much this would be worth?
No idea. A lot, I reckon. We need to get it appraised somewhere, and then
Shion, you're quite the I would say gem connoisseur, especially with your background. Why don't you roll me a flat intelligence check? And let's see, no, or history, if you've got any bonuses to history. So you can roll a history check to see if you can eyeball sort of value of this thing.
I would like to point out to Shion whether it's
27.
larger or bigger than the diamonds I bought of
The diamonds you got off of name's gone blank.
Yusuf.
Yusuf, thank you. Yusuf Featherstone were 300 gold, is that correct?
300 and then a small one worth
A
50 as well.
Yeah, they are larger than the 300s. Quite a bit larger as well.
There is multiple?
Oh, sorry, it is larger. Sorry, there was two.
Okay.
There was two 300s. So yeah, I got it the other way around. Yeah, the one diamond. Shion, with a check of 27, you're like, probably about 1,000 gold.
I don't know. It looks like it's about 1,000 gold. Does that matters to you? I mean, you said you're doing something with diamonds, but I've never seen you use them or wear them.
No. I've never had to use it. That's why I haven't seen it. But I have a spell that, when cast in time, I can, if you die, revive you, if done correctly. But the spell requires the use of diamonds as they are consumed. I just know I've never done it. I know it's gotta be worth quite a bit of diamonds, which is why I bought them of Yusuf.
Yeah, my eyes sort of go wide for a little bit, and I just, you have this then. There's plenty of other things I can stick in my bracelets instead.
And one in particular that you do eyeball is the star ruby, which looks bigger than the diamond by quite a bit in size.
What do you reckon we should do with this? It's too... Sell it off? It's too big to use in jewelry.
You know, I'm looking at the whole pile, Shion, as if we're not gonna be carrying this around with us, are we? As well as the money.
God,
or
I
the
hope not.
artifacts.
But I do not want to stuff my cash in a foreign bank.
Again, Maeve looks really confused and moves on from the bank. I don't know why you would stuff anything into anywhere, but can we not just pawn it, sell it, keep the money, move
And then
on?
do it all. What are we going to do with all the money there? It's going to be at least a pile as big as these gems.
I don't. Why
Possibly
did they not
even
make?
bigger.
Whoever invented coin made the stupid mistake of making it really heavy.
Because it's gold, and gold is expensive, and it's valuable, and it's. Oh, I think my mic's cutting out. Mic's cutting.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay, it's good. Okay.
No.
No, you're good.
I don't know.
you're good,
I don't
you're
know what's
good.
happening.
As Grint sneaks in and just casts silence on Shion.
And it keeps its value. I don't know what you heard about the things that I just said.
Right, that's as much as I would understand about it anyway. Look, I suggested it earlier, maybe we can exchange the gold for platinum, travel lighter, but then Erhard made the point that we may not be able to use that anywhere.
Platinum pieces are very rare. I doubt they would have many, even in, and I sort of smile, a bank. You know what a bank is, darling. A bank is a place where you store your money. And you can store your money
Right.
there, and then you
Like
can...
like a storage.
Yes, basically like a storage for money.
So we should take it to. We should take it home and leave it in our house with Petunia. She can beat a bank.
Well, that depends. Do you think Petunia on her own, and undoubtedly she's a very fierce woman, but do you think that she on her own would be able to protect all these giant piles of cash if bandits or brigands should come knocking on the door?
That's a point. I mean, or well, I guess the worst thing she would do is spend it on brandy.
There's also that, yes. There is with Petunia, there might not be a guarantee of its ever of the money still being there when we ever get back to Arkenville.
Look, do we need this? I don't. This is a lot, and we need to pay the crew as well. By the
you're
time it's
having-
divided.
I was gonna say, as you're having this conversation, Galoin just comes in, and you see his eyes go wide, and then Socks runs across the floor towards you.
Yeah, and I kneel down. I'm like, Socks! Oh my
Like,
god!
Just
Yeah.
running, yeah.
I don't even. I'll take the diamond, and I will hear at the end of what we do with it, because this is not my forte.
We'll figure something out. You're right about paying the crew, though. They risk their lives.
Holy cow! Look at all this coin.
I know, right?
We could buy another wagon.
That.
I-
I think we can buy a wagon made of solid gold.
We could buy a wagon for the gold.
Yeah.
Now there's an idea, Maeve. We can
That's a
always
moving bank!
What? Wait, you're
And then
not
get
wrong.
robbed blind.
That's a moving bank!
Wait, does that
That's
mean
what
we
they
could buy? We could buy another me?
Yeah.
You,
Oh,
you're
my goodness.
irreplaceable.
Yeah, but someone to ride the other wagon. We
Our
could buy
crew.
guards.
An army. Oh god.
We could buy so much. We could buy like a miniature Socks wagon.
We
No,
could buy
that's
a
a good idea.
wagon for Socks?
Why not?
What would pull it though?
A miniature horse. Okay, I'm being silly.
Getting
Um,
off track.
I don't know. I think Andros is still in his room. Is he all right? He seems a bit
Well,
off.
we're gonna have to figure that out.
I kind of want to check on him.
Also, have you seen Grint?
I think yeah. He
He
went off
left.
to some business.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll be back.
Andros has told me to give his dog back. So
Ah,
I mean, long story short, Andros is pissed at all of us, but especially pissed at Grint, I think.
well,
Which is nothing new, we know, but it seems a bit worse than normal.
yeah, I'm just a bit worried because normally when Andros is angry, he doesn't shut up. But he'd come in pretty quiet,
Have
which
you
is
noticed-
really unlike Andros.
I mean, you've noticed the brute she had, right?
Oh, that little scarab thing, yeah.
Yeah. It might have affected him during the fight or something.
Right.
So
Look, I always
Yeah.
think the best way to deal with any situation, just talk about it. So, if he's in the mood to talk,
is he?
start
Yeah.
there. I don't bloody know. Normally, we can't tell him to stop talking, and now he's not talking at all. So, yeah, I just think have a word with him. I'm gonna, because this is just be awkward. I'm gonna go find Grint and give him his dog back.
You want to go into town?
Yeah.
All right, just
I have a
Be careful.
dog. And
all right.
and he taps the ring. My secret power.
Well, and just tell them anyone that bothers you. You're with the heroes of Creddog. I guess.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll ask a guard to accompany me. How about that? Because he'll know where Grint lives, surely.
Sounds good.
Yeah. An upstanding gentleman such as him, I'm sure they know exactly where he lives. And he
The
walks
usual
on out
hangout
with a
spot.
dog. And Grint, we come back to you as you're walking the city streets. Where are you headed?
Well, I'm looking. Now, I know that in all likelihood he might not be here, but
Okay.
if he's going to be anywhere, where's the most kind of affluent pub in the city?
There are quite a few. There are quite a few dotted around in the city. Mainly the docks is the best stretch of like pubs and taverns. There is one, I believe, called the Pig's Head, which is quite close to the central gate, which is the road that leads directly to Rotundra.
Okay, we'll head in there.
Okay.
And I guess we get there and
Yeah. You and the anchor have a little brisk walk. Every now and then he goes, "Green lady," and then you see him like
Okay, I'll just say
that way.
they are about 8 years old, so
Oh, little green ladies.
little green ladies. Yeah,
You should have started with that. I've pushed you 4
Probably.
times this whole trip.
it's fine. It's okay. I'm a little bit distracted.
All right, okay. We go here drink? Yes?
Yeah, we can get a drink here.
On me. Let me pay.
Okay.
Good. He walks on in. Buy drink for everyone in pub. This do? And he just pulls out a wad of gold. He just slams it on the counter. That's do.
How much of Erhard's gold do you have left?
Not his gold. I carry means I earn. Yes?
True.
I'll look around. Is
Me not
that
too good with numbers, but look. And he just shows you a pouch. It's about 200 gold in a pouch.
You know what? You earned all that.
You know, look. A little weak man come to me and be like, "Hey, you, give money back." I go to Ocean, I drop it and say, "Fetch it yourself." What's he going to do then? Swim with little weak arms? I don't think so.
this is both in and out of character laughter? Can I make a perception check and see if
Sure.
Taran or any Larunians that I recognize are here?
Go for it, yeah. Yeah. At least you're consistent. Yeah, and you look around. There's a couple of like guards in here, but no one of that caliber. No one of like a knight or something along those lines seem to be in here. No one bearing the family crest of Laroon, at least to your knowledge.
Cool. I'll
As far as I was aware, he's probably still down there in Quirin. Oh well.
grab ourselves some drinks and yeah,
Yeah,
get
and
the drinking started.
while you're in there, the anchor's just like, "Oh, Grint, they do pie here. Want pie?"
I think we've got a feast to go to in a little while, and you, big anchor, you eat lots of food. Me, little
Okay.
goblin.
Just get 4 pie, please. And he just like throws 10 gold on the counter. Keep change. And he like scoops 4 pies into a bag, but takes one, and he's just eating a pie with his hands, like as he's walking back to the castle with you. Yeah.
What are you doing after this, anchor?
After eating pie,
Well, now that the serpent's gone.
me get boat. Maybe speak to weak man, get some more. Then find clue, sail. Yes.
Well, I certainly wish you the best of luck, whatever happens next.
Thank you. Hopefully no more sea serpent. Although, did I hear on the boat one more Veritas?
That's what was said.
Maybe find it. Smash it good.
You're sailing out the bay, aren't you?
Yes.
Be careful. Don't go straight down the middle.
Why not?
Massive block of concrete. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just avoid it.
Wait, concrete in water?
It's fine.
Okay. Pulls out the second pie. Sure not want?
I'm okay.
Very well. Just starts eating it. And then all of a sudden, you just feel like a push, and you get thrown into another alleyway. Green lady! And he just keeps walking. And you like come out of it, and you're like, God damn it. Like, and you just walking along. Yeah, and you guys head back towards the castle?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you do, Andros, you're sat in your room,
I am cleaning my blade.
cleaning the blade.
Mm-hmm.
Did you clean yourself up as well? Like
Yeah.
spruced up a
I would
little
have done the first thing I did.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll probably also try to look for a glove and put it over my hand. Other than that, just sitting.
Did you try and reach out to Decatha or Yadin
I
or
would've-
anyone like that?
I would have said some things to Decatha. Like, I would have asked, like, what do I do now? Like, should I go get the brochure by chance? Try to sneak it away? Or I'll try to ask more about the bond that the masked lady spoke to me about.
The bond is set, yes. I am now affixed.
But we don't need the brochure then.
The brooch does aid you. Yes, but my connection cannot be severed due to it.
Well, then it seems like there's no point in them keeping the brooch from me after all. We'll tame it back. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Other than that, I'm just sitting there chilling.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. The rest of you, anything else before you're called upon? Well, Grint will arrive. I'll say at this point, Grint and the anchor come through the doors. At this point, it's like, ha ha ha! Last pie, and he just keeps like eating the pie.
No, Grint's gonna meet them at the feast.
Oh,
Grint's
you're gonna
not
meet at the
going-
feast. You're not going
Grint's
into
not
the room.
going up to the chambers.
Okay.
He's left them with the note to discuss things. He's not going to interrupt.
Then the
Well-
anchor goes, I'm going, and he just walks on up. Yeah, and he stomps into the room, and he's like, pie, hello! It's like all of you just like sat about the lounge.
I would the rest of them of the group seems to be in a good mood, checking out all the loot and stuff.
Yeah.
Arcturus, on the other hand, he's not so cheerful. He is quite gifted in magic, so he would recognize a tiny bit that happened with Andros. And while cleaning up, he is thinking of any history-related stuff about necromancy and the combination of blood magic.
Okay.
So I would like to run a history check on that.
Go for it.
Let me see. Which is a 7.
Yeah, and as you're sat there trying to rack your brain, you've definitely heard of like hemocraft, which is to do with using the arcane and the blood, where you mix the two together to make blood magic. Usually, it's deemed for like siphoning and extracting from potential people, but it's also can be used in healing magics. There's a give and take to it. Other than that, though, your knowledge of blood magic as a whole is quite limited. You've definitely heard of it, but that's about as much and as far as it goes for you.
I reckon I have to do more inquiries of that, just to understand what's happening. So I'll just keep it in mind and come up with a plan on my own.
No problem.
are you sitting in the lounge or?
No, I was washing up. And this happened while
So
I
you-
was washing up.
Like in a room, essentially.
It's called the
So you're not-
bathroom, Hunt.
Yeah, good.
Some
I'm
sort
just
of washroom,
wondering if I
not-
can
yeah.
see you of you in private somewhere. Oh well.
Unless you were with
Um,
me in the bathroom, then yes, you could see me.
No, I'm not in the bathroom. Sorry.
What are you
Yeah,
doing there, Han?
I guess since I'm more or less by myself anyway, I will start doing identify ritual.
Sure. What would you like to identify?
First and foremost, I would like to identify the flute because magical flute sounds great.
Go for it. Yes, you do identify the flute, and in turn, when I find the page with the flute on it, you uncover a flute by the name of the Apprentice's Flute of the Bard. It is a flute that is a wonderful instrument for those that want to become an apprentice of bard-like abilities. It is, if you would know with your what's it called? The spell.
Identify.
Identify, thank you. With Identify, you would know that if you try to play this instrument without attuning to it, you will take some sort of damage. There's like a fail safe on it if it tries to get played without attunement. But it allows you to cast some spells through it with various notes and tunes that you play. And I think I can do this. There you go. It also gives you access to a form of bardic inspiration. 3 times a day, as a bonus action, you can grant an ally a 1d6 to any attack roll, saving throw, or skill check. But it is a bonus action to do so, and it also allows you to cast once per day Cure Wounds, Healing Note, Dissonant Sounds, Apprentice's Mischief, and Motivational Song. Yeah, but if you wish to, you can then cast those spells as a spell slot instead if you wish to. And there you go. That is the Apprentice Flute of the Bard. And you can only attune to it if you have spell slots. So you have to be able to cast spells. So yourself and the majority of the party, except Grint and Ondros, can technically attune to this. And then, would you go for the armor next?
I'm actually more interested in the blue gemstone.
Okay.
It takes like what, 10 minutes? No.
It takes 11
11
minutes, I
yeah.
believe, for you to do each one.
Yeah.
So we'll say that you get the blue gemstone sorted. This appears to be a gemstone with the affinity of the water elemental plane. There appears to be some form of connection to the plane of the water elementals. It seems to be, at the moment, just raw magic encased within a gemstone of some sorts. However, your Identify spell does not give you anything more than that. That is all it gives you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll say at this, yeah, that's when the anchor comes in and, yeah, greets the rest of you. Is anyone else doing anything, or are we gonna skip a little bit of time as you all rest up? Maeve, go for it.
I will go over to Andros's room and knock on the door and try the door
It's unlocked, yeah.
and let Socks run in first and then follow in.
Suggs just yells, running him his arms up, and runs up to your leg and kind of just like hits into your leg and just holds onto it.
Hey, Andros.
Hey, what's up?
You know, I just wanted to check on you because you scattered off pretty quickly.
I did. Washing up.
Andros, why do you feel like you can't talk to us about this stuff?
I wanted to. I tried talking to you guys
Did you?
about I did. Told you guys about Takatha. Told you guys that
Mhm.
she's wanting to take and give. I explained it. But then it's the same situation with everything else, right? I mean, for example, we didn't know anything about the orb until what, like a few days ago? I
Right.
decided to keep the brooch because I wanted to see what exactly this was about.
Okay.
It came from
I
my
think-
home. I wanted to know, and because I have a brooch doesn't I mean, didn't hurt any of you guys.
Not yet. No.
We literally had one of our own members fire a spell at an ally, just on the boat. No one batted an eye to that. We let someone put another spell on myself. No one did anything crazy about that. I had an item, and I got knocked out for it. And it's too late. She's attached to me. There's nothing. Taking the brooch off did nothing. It did nothing.
Let me see your arm.
I don't take off the glove. I keep it on.
Are you sat on the bed?
I am.
We're eye level then.
We are.
I lean forward. And I look you right in the eyes. Andros, I'm trying to help you. I am your friend, or at least I'm trying to be. I don't know what she's saying to you, or how you're feeling, or whatever is going on, because you're not acting very Andros-like right now. But your arm looked corrupted, and I don't want you to end up like the serpent did. If there's one thing that I want to do, is heal corruption. And if that's what you are, or what is happening to you, then let me help. Let me try and understand.
Now you think I'm corrupted.
What your arm looked like.
She gave me something I know nothing about. For all I know, this couldn't be corruption at all. Maybe something that's good for us as a group. And we let an orb sit here that belongs to some person higher power than we are. But now that I have a brooch, now there's a bigger issue here than that. What I think,
else? Go on.
I just feel like, where's the? I mean, you guys want me to trust you so much, and I have. I mean, at least I tried. And so one of you said a spell at me, and now you expect me to just, return the favor. You literally let someone knock me out with nothing. I wake up and this person's still waltzing around. Now he's praised a hero to this city. And I want
Andros,
nothing more.
You first of all are treating how Shion treated you, your opinion of her now as us of a group, which I am not Shion, you know that, right? Secondly, you drew your rapier first today. I jumped in between as soon as you were knocked out and asked him what the fuck he was doing because I don't want him to hurt you, but you were acting silly. We're hundreds of feet down under the ocean. Your arm is looking corrupted. You're smiling at the death of the serpent. If anything, it was...
That serpent was gonna kill us. Did you not see it preparing to attack us?
Right,
That thing
and it
was
was
about to kill me.
And what if the same happens to you? What if you're about to kill us next?
Then I expect you to kill me just as much as I killed the serpent.
So why would we let it get to that, Andros?
Because
what if we could have helped the serpent?
I am allowing whatever is happening. You guys don't have any say of what I do to myself. When did this ever come to this is a democracy. Like one person is ruling, telling all of us what to do. I am making decisions for myself. This is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. You guys Shion Nocturus have the orb. Erhard has this crazy magic that's blasting everything. You have this higher power telling you to stop corruption. And now I have something that's telling me to do something. I want to figure it out myself. So yes, I'm gonna try to figure this out.
I understand what you're saying, Andros. I want the best for you, which is why I'm concerned. But I'm not sure if you're the one that's making decisions or if she is for you. But remember this, I try to help. And I pick up socks and I leave.
And as you do go to leave, and all of you are doing whatever you were doing just before, you know you've got like an hour or so before the feast comes to. Grint, where are you right now? Where have you gone to?
There we go.
Good job.
I'd probably just be wandering about, just
Yeah.
kind of kicking rocks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll say at some point you like wander around the halls. Are you in the castle? Yeah.
Yeah, I stay in the
Yeah.
castle.
As you wander around the halls of the castle, you just hear some like murmuring from behind a door, and like you just peek in because you recognize the voices, and it's still Oliver just giving like a lecture to his little brother, and like they see you and they like offer you in, and yeah, you guys just chat amongst yourselves for just an hour, just kicking back, relaxing. But as this is all happening, and a few of you are lounging about and getting yourselves ready for this potential feast that's coming soon, Grint, Arcturus, and Erhard, all three of you feel this overwhelming coldness from within. All three of you feel like something's not right. And you feel dread, doubt, sorrow come over you. And whatever you were doing, this gloominess takes hold. While Shion sat in the lounge and the anchor's in there just eating some pie, you start to see the anchor like, ugh, this is bad pie, and he like puts it down, and he's, and like he pulls at his top, and you start to see black veins up his neck and wrapping around the back of his like neck, and you can see them under the skin, like these veins going up. And Maeve, as you walk in, you see Shion like looking at this. And then you find a tickle in your throat. And as you take away your hand, Shion, you notice black veins under the skin creeping up Maeve's neck as well. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
I knew it.
As some people failed some checks.
You kill us
during
all!
a certain fight. So some things have happened there. So I hope you all enjoyed that session, the aftermath of the sea serpent. A few of you are feeling a little worse for wear. A few of you look a little worse for wear. But that is where tonight's session will end. We will be back next week. But before that, let us go round the room and tell the good people where they can find you when you're not on this stream. The Tech Wizard, take it away!
Thank you. You can find me at actually on YouTube, because we're not really on Twitch anymore. So if you want to see me not on this channel, go to the YouTube channel of Natural Havoc. You can find me there. Maybe somewhere on the channel randomly. Team Logic NL here on Twitch or the YouTubes.
I was gonna say, don't you have Apex videos on your YouTube as well?
I
God,
have
those are
yeah, one.
There you go.
old.
If you want to
Yeah.
watch some prime Tim content, go check out that.
And I
go check out that.
believe Lana's in it as well.
Oh, it's landing as well.
Dang.
Perfect.
Yeah,
The
we
pair of you.
were playing duos. Yeah.
There you go. The
Yeah.
combo. Go watch some Apex action on the YouTube.
Oh no.
And
But,
Flexibeats, yeah.
yes, there you go. Awesome. Below Tim, we have Eagle. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eagle. You can find me with the Eagle Outlaw, mostly on YouTube, more than Twitch. I'll probably be streaming once a week at the very least. But yeah, it's been great. Can't wait to see what happens next. And yeah. And also follow the socials. Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and YouTube.
Good job, buddy. And below Eagle, we have Smitty Jane. Take it away.
Hello.
Cough.
You
Oh,
can.
I'm so ill. Cough, cough.
Ugh. Yes, you can find me over on Smitty Jane on Twitch. I am taking a step back a little bit at the moment as I've abandoned my current schedule. I'm also flying to Denmark tomorrow, so I'm not gonna have a setup anyway for another week. But after that, there will be some more sporadic streams again, and it'll be variety anywhere from Subnautica to Zelda, all that good stuff. Maybe Red Dead Redemption 2, because I've got that now, and I'm very excited.
Awesome. And to the other side of the screen, Resray.
Hello. You can find me on the Resray Twitch channel, and I'll plug the one thing I've got going on tomorrow, which is a 12-hour charity stream. So if anyone wants to pop by from 2 p.m. British summertime till 2 p.m. GMT till 2 a.m. GMT the next day, we'll be raising money for Stack Up, and yeah, I'll be completing Breath of the Wild. So that's the whole stream.
Damn. Is it really going to take you that long?
Wow, thanks. I mean, probably not, but I was going to fill it up with other bits of interesting content, like the Trial of the Sword and doing a tour of Hyrule. But, you know, it's fine. Apparently, I'm just bad at video games, according to Onion.
No, because I've been watching your streams and I was like, oh, he's so close to the end. And then
12-hour non-stop Ganon fights. If I look like I'm going to win, I just reset.
Yeah. Maybe there should be like any damage taken during the fight reset. There you go.
Death.
No.
Permadeath.
There you go, permadeath. Restart the whole game. Right, and above Res, we have Zeb. Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I stream on Twitch once in a while. I have a long weekend ahead of me, so actually gonna stream. Who knows how long? Hopefully not one of those crazy midnight into the morning streams. But yeah, there will be some content, variety content, from... Onion described it very nicely last week, and I thought, like, why can't I do that? But variety content, strategy, RPGs, D&D things. Yeah, deck building, like Monster Train, which we'll probably do again. And there's a lot of other things I've been thinking about. We'll see.
Awesome.
So, check it out.
Yeah, go check that out. Awesome. And above Zeb, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello. My name is Lan, and this feels kind of redundant right now because I really don't stream much anymore.
What do you mean? You can find Lan playing Apex on the Team Logic NL YouTube channel.
Yes, so if you want to see me fail Apex. No, in all seriousness, I think most of the time you can just find me here. We are kind of in the middle of house renovations / family building / all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of like real life stuff in the way of our internet life. So yeah, we're going to have to strike a balance again pretty soon. So yeah. See you on somewhere.
Somewhere on the internet. Awesome. Yeah. I am the Onion Soup. I say I stream, like many of these people here, but you know, I went AWOL last week because car troubles and other such things, but I am gonna finish goddamn Shining Pearl on Monday, and then hopefully we get to play Plague Tale Tuesday, Wednesday. But we'll see, because I'm meant to be going out for a meal on Tuesday for someone's birthday, so I might not be able to stream it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a busy time for all of us. It's coming up to Christmas as well. But yeah, we will be here next week, and we will be here various weeks after. I believe, just in case anyone wanted to know, the last stream for the year will be December 16. So that'll be the one where we end it for the year, and then we're going to take a couple of weeks break for Christmas. But that's like a long time away, right, guys? Please tell me yes, I haven't bought a single present yet. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eagle. So yeah, who are we raiding today? Who are we going to go and raid on into? Do we have a El Raider Rooney ready?
Raider Rooney commencing. We are taking it Dutch because we are raiding Dutch Dungeons, a D&D playing Dutch Fellowship. Not a
Okay.
name, but yeah, they are Dutch, so
Okay.
we are raiding them. So make sure, guys, you put down the raid message.
Are they streaming in English though?
I have no clue. I think so.
Maybe you should check that out. Maybe you should check that out first
It's
before you
muted.
It's
start
muted.
raiding
Jane,
them.
could you check it?
It's muted. Okay, hang on. Let me.
Well,
unmute
while
it.
you do
Oh,
that, let's
I
go
hear
on
it. It's 100% Dutch.
Oh, it's
Don't
Dutch.
raid it.
Oh, never
Okay,
mind.
let me cancel the raid. Cancel raid.
While we look for a new raid, I will tell a little story of when we went to a Dutch dungeon because
We did!
I have a little picture right here. A few of us, Smitty Jane, myself, the Eagle Outlaw, and a good friend of ours, Paddy Max, we went to the Dutch dungeons in Amsterdam, and that is us right there. So yeah, that's a segue.
Very kinky. Very kinky.
While I stall for time for the people choosing a raid, yeah, when we were in there, you know, we all got separated, and the Eagle Outlaw got pushed with another group of people. But when he saw myself and Paddy not going in, he very quickly sprinted his way towards us.
No, I
in
did
a
not. No,
panic.
that worked.
In a
No, that
panic.
worked. No, I was enjoying myself quite a bit. I thought it was fun. Yeah. Smitty is a witch,
certificate of
by the way.
witchcraft. There you
Certified
go.
witch.
Yeah.
Certified
this-
witch. The
this-
Credonians gave her
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Certified. You know, when I wanted to join the Hags, I showed them this. They
Yeah.
were really impressed.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Mm.
Okay, was that enough stalling? did you get one?
I found a new raid. We can like keep it a bit Dutch because they are playing a campaign called Call of the Nether Deep. So
Okay, Call of the Nether Deep,
it's our
yep.
friends from the Horse Boy. I believe we've been there before.
I don't recognize it myself, but
Well-
yeah, I'm sure I'll recognize it once we're in there.
And otherwise,
Yeah.
just say hi, spam the message. Oh wait,
Yes.
that's
Copy and paste the message if you're a sub. It is the one with little Galoin. Look at him looking all cute. And if not, it is is it a tombstone? Is it a scythe? A pickaxe?
It's like a
What is the
pickaxe.
raid one?
It's like a
Pickaxe.
Tomb Raider pickaxe. Kind
Oh, got it. That makes.
Oh.
Oh, an ice pick. It's Tomb
Yeah.
Raider. Wait, I never knew that.
Did you know? Oh,
I didn't
oh.
know that.
There's
Okay,
no
well
way.
there you go.
That's
Use
why
that
it's
one.
called Tomb Raid.
Yeah. Very high production quality over here on Natural.
Today I
Havoc.
found out as well, so it's all good.
Oh wow! I
Yeah.
never knew
Big
that.
Tifo moment.
I was today years old.
Today is old. But yeah, we're gonna go raid on over to Da Horse Boy. Please do share some love, and we will be back next week to continue the Tales of Veritas.
Corrupted edition.
Corrupted edition. Woo woo! So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye 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 bye
Bye.
bye.